harm that others feel, and sort of like just this kind of thing brings up such an anger in people, right? And that's not healthy for them, right? So in other words, like my actions, even 40 days later, cause a lot of harm in people. However, there's also this idea that it causes healing. It causes, some sort of understanding. And I believe, Nina, that it also gives God glory because he's understood as a God of forgiveness. So just, I think there's a lot of good that comes from that, but absolutely there's harm that still reverberates to this day.
And you need to pay for that, dude. You should fucking pay for that. That harm that reverberates through today, the cause of that was you. And you need to burn for that shit. Metaphysically burn, obviously. You don't just get accepted, I have a headache, and someone else takes the pill.
Hey, point of order, moderator, point of order. If you could put me in your queue, thank you.
That's not, 1 second, music. That's not what Jesus Christ was preaching, bro. That's bullshit, bro.
How do you know you're not projecting,
Jesus Christ was preaching that? I don't want any. 1 second, music. I'll get to you in a second.
No, I'm asking you. Are you projecting? Are you projecting? That's what I was asking.
No, you weren't here for what John said, but you don't even fucking know what's going on, and you want to chip in with your sense, bro.
I know, but Jesus is the vine. We are the branches. Why would God burn the branches of the vine?
Fucking retarded, man.
You don't have to use so much profanity. You're not making your point with the profanity.
Fire cleanses, my bro.
I know, but you could take your own advice because it's
cleanses, my bro. It's all good.
My bro, you're projecting, my bro.
I have to go through it.
I have a question.
Even I need to. Even my soul. 1 sec. I can't have one. 1 sec. My attack. My attack rating's high. Not 2 verse 1. Music. Even me, I have to burn for the shit that I did. That was just.
You gotta burn.
The manifestation.
You gotta burn.
I have to pay for that.
I'm sorry to hear that, Hamza. I'm sorry to hear that.
Shut up. Before I jerk on you, shut the fuck up. You're not being serious, bro. I'm having a serious conversation, dumbass.
You said you want to jerk off on me?
So my question, Hamza, is
shut up, music. I dealt with.
If the wages of sin is death, right? And God is a just God, which He is. Would it be the case that you deserve hell forever?
For what? Sorry, I didn't understand.
For your sinful
Jesus is the what? I do deserve hell for my sinful actions. Yeah, obviously.
So then, if you want
Isn't that what you're asking?
justice, God's going to give you justice. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I know that I'm going to pay for the dumb shit I did here.
No, I mean, I'm talking about in hell forever.
But there's no such thing as hell forever, my bro. That's injustice, my bro.
I'm just saying, if there's a hell, and the wages of your sin is death, eternally so, and that's the law. Right? And God is just and said, you are guilty, Hamza, and punishment for that is hell. You would be in hell saying God is just, correct?
Yeah, I think we're going to burn for it, but eventually, even Hitler, bro, the 6 million Jews he incinerated, there's still a time frame. You can't give him eternal hell. That is an unjust God that doesn't fit the punishment doesn't fit the crime, bro. Everyone eventually gets to heaven. That's a just God.
If you can't erase what you did, you're always having committed. The question is, if it's a case that God offered you...
Are you fucking retarded? Like, I'm not going to deal with someone that... Are you tracking what's going on? Don't re-ask the question. I already answered it, but why are you re-asking?
So...
I answered you. I told you I don't believe in an... 1 second. I don't believe in an eternal... Okay, good.
I understand. But this is hypothetical now, right? If it's a case that this God that you don't even believe that exists, if he did exist and hell
I'm not a
exists,
Okay.
okay. In any case, that this God, if he's offering you mercy, Hamza, right, and he's willing to forgive you for what you've done, are you saying no thanks, but no thanks, God? I just rather be in hell forever because that's what I deserve. Because I want justice and I want you to be just. Is
Bro,
this correct?
Wallah, you're making me like. Don't make me like
Because
wild out.
if it
Right?
is,
You're making me like. You're not even understanding what I said. First of
justice.
all, I told you. I'll answer. If you'd allow me. I understand. Let me answer. I heard I'm tracking. Trust me, I'm tracking. Unlike John. John, the first problem I have with what you said was Hamza doesn't believe in eternal hellfire. He believes that people will be burnt, quote unquote, burnt, whatever that means metaphysically. They'll be burnt for their sins, but eventually everyone makes it to heaven. Then you ask me the second question. You ask me, oh, but if God's giving you like an escape rope, right? He's saying, well, I can just forgive you for everything you've done. Just accept that Jesus Christ was your Lord and Savior. Hamza, why are you denying that mercy from God? Isn't that what you're asking me, John?
No, I don't really care what you believe, but I do care what you think.
Oh, I'm gonna lick my hand and slap you.
I do care
what I believe is what I think.
In terms of the hypothetical that I'm because in your view,
Yeah,
you're saying that people burn for a while and they're cleansed and they eventually go to heaven. They need that sort of cleansing is how you view it. That would be right. That would be just is how you're viewing it. It's
right.
Hamza's world, correct? So I'm listening too. Right? So my question is, if the reality is such in this hypothetical that it's not that Hamza's world is fantasy land and it's fake and fictional, and this is the reality of the world. And if it's a case that there is no hope for Hamza once he has sinned, other than Christ and Christ alone, would you be willing to accept it? Would you be willing to forego the burning that you think you deserve and go straight to heaven?
I'll tell you. Very good question. What you're really asking me is, what if Hamza's worldview is actually wrong and John's worldview is right? Wouldn't you accept John's worldview if it was to be the truth of the matter? Right. The problem is John's worldview includes many contradictions. And in Hamza's worldview, contradictions don't exist in reality, bro. You can't have a four-sided triangle. You can't have an unjust God. You can't have something that's a dependent being be an independent being at the same time. So John's worldview is just chocked full of contradictions. So I know, because of reality standards, that John's worldview is impossible, and I can't believe in John's worldview. So I have to believe in Hamza's worldview.
Do you know what a counterpossible is?
Even Nina agrees with me. Because, you know what
a
counterfactual is? Or counterpossible?
Guys, before we start dick measuring...
No, I'm saying I do.
So the question is, you don't believe it's possible, and so I'm asking a question that is counter to that possibility, that you believe is not
Baby,
possible.
If it's not possible, then it's not a counter possible, because it's impossible to me. It's not even something that can be possible. But Nina wanted to say something.
Well, I think something feels a little off. I don't feel comfortable with the way you went from telling us about your sins and being humble and then trying to convert Hamza, and then talking about...
I'm not trying to convert him at all.
Okay, but talking about Jesus in terms of his love is dependent on us, submitting to him. I don't even know the right word. If Jesus is as merciful as we say he is, it doesn't matter if we accept him or not. I mean, what is that? I don't understand.
Can I share?
Don't you think that's an outdated concept of when we had warlords and pay homage to me? And I mean, do you really think that's how it goes?
Can I share?
No, I mean, you just got on the go on the board.
I mean, it doesn't. I'm not worried about the timing. It's just
No, go ahead, sir.
it's a very, very great conversation I've had numerous of times with people. This is great. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know me from a can of paint, but I'm really good at just assessing things. This is a gift from God. But John, I hear what you're saying. Nina, Ozma, I hear what you're saying as well. John, I know it sounds crazy. It may sound crazy, but they have a point. They have a point. I'm not in disagreement with you, John. I'm in full agreement with you. What you're doing is right. It's good. I feel it's the delivery that's not resonating with them. The delivery. But really our lives, man, is the testimony. And that plays a part because they're watching you, you know, and the way you deliver. If your delivery isn't Christ-like, then it may not rub them the right way because Christ didn't force anything. I'm not saying you're forcing anything per se, but, you know, people, they're coming from a different point of view than us, John. They're not going to see what you're saying. You know, a lot of people may perceive what you're saying, they'll hear it. They're like, okay, it sounds good, but I need to see it, or I need to have an encounter and experience of my own. And that's really what, in reading the word, I found, like, man, you know, Paul in the Bible, man, before he became Paul, like he did a complete 180. His point of view was completely different than after he left Damascus, like on his way to Damascus. So like they're just sharing their point of view, and just keep going though, John. I hear you.
Well, I actually do try to listen to people's point of view. Now, I was able to steel man what Hamza's saying in terms of what he views as to be reality. And he also views my view in terms of who my God is in terms of Christ, dependent, independent, and Christ's humanity is absolutely, I agree with Hamza, contingent, it's dependent. So I understand everything that he's saying, but he does not want to consider my proposition because it's an impossible world. It's just nonsense, and therefore, there is no answer to your question because that world can't exist.
Point of order, moderator.
So
Moderator, point of
exactly
order.
what he's saying.
Hamza is an immature, low IQ vagabond. He's a vicious, obnoxious, vulgar, profane.
That's not necessary.
It's true. He's very vulgar and profane. It's a fact. I'm just saying that if he got the good message and the good word of the gospel, he would wise up and mature up and realize he's stroking his own ego and wasting his time, and everybody else, he's a stroker.
Well, yeah, you're making it easy for me, music. So what am I supposed to do? You're not really challenging me on anything, right? It's easy to stroke my ego when it comes to you, bro. So what am I supposed to do, music? Fucking idiot.
But hey, music, you're also correct, man. Like in a way, but it's on, you know, Hamza whenever he wants to. It's his life, man. And we can't force anybody to do anything that they're not willing to do. Like we can't. You're doing your part, and I love that you're doing your part. Like y'all doing your part.
But LA, like, how do I look? This is my problem, LA. But 1 second, LA. This is my problem, right? How do I force you out of your beliefs, right? Like for example, let me give you a hypothetical. If you walk around thinking 2 + 2 is 5, and I keep telling you 2 + 2 is 4, I'll show you logically and rationally how 2 + 2 is 4. What can I do to convince you that's the truth and what you believe is false? Like, what can I do?
One thing, man, is one thing the Bible advises is sharing your testimony, because each and every last person here that you're interacting with has lives before, you know, they spoke this way, I'm sure. Like John has a testimony, I'm sure music has a testimony. I myself have a testimony. A life that I lived before I lived like this one, you know, an encounter, an eye-opening experience. Like I like this addition on social media, Snapchat memories, which they're about to go up on the subscription. But literally, I can look at my memories from the past 10 years or whatever, and I can see how I used to live before I came to know God and how I live now. And they're like two different people. And you would only have proof of that if you were like a close friend of mine, a family relative, a relative or something like that. You go, hey, I don't know what happened to you, but you're different. And it's not even like different in a bad way, but you used to be like me. Like we would go out in the world, we would party, do this type of stuff. You're different now. And that can draw like someone to either leave from around you. It's like, yo, you think you're better than me, or you're too religious and you don't. The problem becomes when someone finds God and they're overly religious and not just being a representative of Christ. Meaning, hey, I know that you're different. You know, you're in the world. I can show grace and show compassion to that. It's like, hey, you don't see things I can respect your point of view because I once was there. You know, us being together, you know, you're seeing the progress somebody makes. That's something
Darren's most likely vaccinated.
That's one
Definitely
example
like
of somebody going, you know
because I'm
what?
sure he
Let me
follows
give
on
this a try for
spam.
myself.
What is it? Only 16,
I've tried
right?
everything. I've tried drugs. I've
Kill
tried
him
this.
for
I've
this
tried that.
Congressman
Let me
Tuesday.
just try.
Do
And if it
not
doesn't
vote
work, then that's
Darren.
something I
Right
can
in
add
John
to my
Kitover.
belt, like to my notch, the things that I've tried. It's like, okay, I gave God a chance. It didn't work for me. It worked for you. Cool, whatever. That's one thing, but it's subjective. Everyone gets to the goal at different times, and
All right, fair enough, I guess, bro. Like, you guys are such a you guys piss me off, man. Wallah. I'm trying to like all I want to do is reason with you guys. I come with a reason, right? I'm trying to show you objectively, outside of our subjective views, LA, right? That there's an exterior reality that's not inside me and your minds, and there's something going on there that's true. I'm trying to show you what the truth of that is, and I'm trying to show you the laws that reality, everything outside of our minds, is governed by. I'm trying to show you the laws of logic, and it dictates certain things that have to be true. It just so happens to be the philosophy, the worldview you guys take goes against one of these laws and philosophy and reality, against logic. I cannot accept fucking fake shit, bro.
Point of order, moderator. Point of order, moderator. Point of order. I've heard just about enough. Profanity and vulgarity. I've heard enough. Point of order, moderator. Point of order. Point of order, moderator. Point of order. I've heard enough. Point of order, moderator. Enough vulgarity to fill the day. Point of order, moderator. Point of order.
He's hysterical.
Asthma, you know, man. Hamza. I wholeheartedly, I see that point of view, man. Like, I need you to show your work. That's exactly what I hear you saying. It's like, yo, I hear what you're saying, but I don't see the point of what you're saying. Like, I hear exactly what you're saying. I see from your point of view what you're talking about. And what it's crazy enough, John, as much as I'm in agreement with, you know, the truth, I know, but we've been lied to a lot. You know, just I don't want to assume anybody's nationality, but Hamza, are you American?
No, I'm Lebanese, but I live in America.
Oh, you're Lebanese? Okay. Have you
where do you live, Hamza?
I live in Arizona.
Oh, cool.
Have you been here like your whole life, like America majority?
Yeah, I grew up here, bro.
Yeah, I did as well. I didn't grow up in Arizona, but I grew up in America. And I feel like, you know, we've all had questions about things, and we've been lied to so much. I feel that's where the frustration comes from, is so many lies that we're in search of what is the truth. That's what it is. John, music, this is where a lot of people grow frustrated, because it's like, I don't know who's right or wrong. So the only thing that I can have faith in is the facts. I know for a fact that every day the sun has risen. That's proof. I can scientifically prove that the sun has risen every day. There's never been a day the sun didn't rise.
Yeah, but LA, we're talking about books here. This guy is refusing to talk about books. He's sitting here projecting and using profanity and vulgarity, The Fools for Christ ministry, in my opinion, is a book club. We read the good book and we talk about it. We don't come here to use profanity and vulgarity all morning long with brain rot, because what Hamza's demonstrating is not a lack of faith or intelligence. This is a demonstration of brain rot, ladies and gentlemen. Brain rot. I'll say it again. Brain rot. Brain rot. You got the brain rot. The brain rot. The brain rot.
Calm down.
But music, you're not displaying anything better because you're doing. Hold on, Carl. What's going on, Carl? But music, you're like not displaying anything better. You got to show him what it's like to not do that. You have to do the opposite.
Yeah, I could do the work, but John doesn't want to read scripture in here. He doesn't want me reading my Bible flashcards.
Wait.
Believe me, I am tempted to talk to Hamza about all kinds of things.
Hold on.
You know, we can talk about Leibniz's law and all that kind of stuff, dude. But
hold on.
This room is not for that, is all I'm saying.
My bad, John. Let me hold on. Hamza. What I was going to get to is the point was the scientists are catching up to what God already knows. That's all I'm saying, Hamza. I just wanted to say that science is just the study of life. We as believers know that life comes from God. The scientists, they know a lot of things, but they're playing catch up. They're catching up to what a lot of believers already know. God has already told us about, science proved that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. I agree to an extent. God makes energy. The reason scientists don't believe it is because they can't make energy. Man are proving things that's already in the Bible. That's why I would say, Hamza, for you yourself, I'm not forcing you to do anything. I'm just saying objectively, I love that word. Just read it for yourself and draw the parallels to what you see in real life and what it is you see in the world. That's all I would just say.
I have, but I've also 100%, my man, you're speaking truth. But the problem is this, right? I've read it, not even once. I've read it like a couple of times too. The problem is when I go to critical historians, right? Secular, Christian, Muslim, whatever, I find there to be a corruption in the Bible that people have, historically documented, people have manipulated the Bible, bro. So how am I supposed to believe in this thing that's been manipulated? And I'm a Muslim, by the way, but I also argue against my Muslim brothers, and I tell them, look, there's critical historians, secular, Muslim, Christian historians who can also prove with evidence that the Quran has also been manipulated. So I find that all these books have been manipulated by other men. So I don't really care about the books. The books, to me, doesn't matter shit to me. Hadith doesn't matter shit to me because all that shit's manipulated. What I really care about is, does everything correspond to reality? I don't want to believe in anything that's impossible. And how I do that is a guiding principle. I believe in the laws of logic. I believe in non-contradiction, identity, right? Once you believe these three laws, I swear to God, I swear on Zeus, I swear on Jesus, you find God through these laws. And you need to find God before you can even say a book was created by him.
And Hamza, I agree to an extent what you're saying. You're right as far as looking at what you see. The basics should let you know that. Just the way people treat each other. If we can all agree, Christ said the most two important, commandments of them all were to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and everything in your being, really. And then the second was to love thy neighbor as thyself, meaning just treat each other, treat people the way you want to be treated. Those are basic things that people struggle with every single day. Hamza, I don't think that needs to be in the book. That's something that's just written in us. You either treat people the way you want to be treated or you don't.
Yeah, but it's layered, and it's hard for people to grasp their heads around it.
But that's a total BS too, because if you think about it, this whole world is built off of conquer. So how can you love thy neighbor when we conquering? In order to be able to progress in this world, we've been.
Carbon, it's the Yiddish expression. Alles is God, all is God.
Let them talk. Because you can't love thy neighbor if you're conquering thy neighbor.
Yeah, so but God is a conqueror. God is a warrior. God is war.
I hear you, music. Carbon, I wholeheartedly agree to what you were saying as far as this world is in a fallen state. That's why I believe we shouldn't blame God for what the world is. Like,
We shouldn't blame God. What an ego. We shouldn't blame God.
God said he made peace and he create evil. So what you mean don't blame God? God said he gives glory to nobody. Right? That's y'all Christians that believe in a Satan, that believe in this hell and all this stuff there. God said he do all these things, right? So if this God is doing this, why are you even talking about even debating whether who's doing this? We know who's doing this.
Who doing this?
Right?
Who doing this? I asked you a question. Who doing this? Point of order, moderator. He said they doing this, but who doing this?
Listen, and Carvin, it starts with yourself, man. You said, why are they conquering? Why is he or she conquering? Do you conquer?
I conquer every day. That's the whole point. To me, get ahead in life, that's what I do. I step on my enemy, I step on my competition to be able to get ahead. Right?
Who's your competition?
You people are. Everyday people walk around every day. You might come.
You people? You people? Did you just say you people? I'm asking you a direct question. Did you just say you people?
Go ahead, Carl.
You don't bother me. You don't bother me at all. I'm worried about nobody that scream like a woman. So I don't.
Screaming like a woman? You people? That's projection. That's calling the kettle black.
Oh, music, you right. Hold on, music. Come on. Yeah, let him go. Let Carl. What did you say, Carl?
Like I said, every day we all do that. So what are you talking about? So I don't understand. To get ahead, that's what you do. That's what we talk. That's the capitalism we live in, right? This whole world is about capitalism. Let's get ahead. So I don't.
That's just like your opinion, sir. Some of us think that Christ is the reason we are here, sir.
Let him go. This is all his story. Remember, he knew the beginning, the end. He already knew about all this, right? So he knew his whole plan. This is his whole plan. But y'all still want to give it away to all these other entities and say, this is the reason for what this is happening. No, if God created, he also made what it is, right? He created all this. So he gets all the credit for everything. Everything. Remember, he was...
Everything?
Remember, at one point in time, he was disappointed making us. Remember, he says that in the Bible, too. So if he was disappointed in making us, then why he make us if he already knew what was going to turn out to be? See the contradiction in this situation?
Hello?
So when you sit there and say we're supposed to love thy neighbor, but we doing a lot of conquering of this world.
A lot of fuck shit with your neighbors was happening. Hello?
Hold on. Carvin, you said one side of it. I'm just going to say, everything you're saying, it's truth in it. But the truth is, God gave us a choice, and this how the devil works. The devil don't make us do nothing. We give our consent.
Nothing.
The devil don't make us do anything. Adam and Eve, when they were in the garden, whether you believe it or not, he didn't make them eat from the tree. God gave them.
That wasn't the devil, dummy. That was Jesus. The snake was Jesus.
Hold on. God gave them specific instructions on what to do and what the consequences of their actions would do. He said, if you eat from this tree, you're going to die. They ate from the tree.
Jesus said that, not the devil.
Hold on. He said, don't touch it. We ate it. After that, he lets you know in Genesis the consequences of what's going to come from this. He said that.
Personal responsibility.
From their offspring came and Abel, the first murder. But look, hold on. Let me finish, bro. Let me finish, bro. Let me just finish, man. Hold on.
What's going to do? That's the whole point of it.
Hold on, let me finish, bro. I respect, bro.
Let him finish, man. I want to hear him say, let him finish another time, man. Let him finish.
They ain't never been respected. He's still coming off the mic.
Hold on. Everybody, come on, music. Just,
everybody chill. Y'all.
Go ahead, LA.
Wait, man. The God honest truth is that we got a choice every single day. Despite what the state of the world is in, we chose this state, whether you believe it or not. Not you personally, but because of Adam and Eve's decisions, is why this world is in a fallen state. And a lot of people may agree or disagree. But hold on, listen.
Listen, man. Listen.
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Let me finish, man. Every day we got a decision to either adapt to this world or do everything in God's will. You know what I'm saying?
This is the gentlemanly way of living life.
Not violently
or crudely,
God let you know
but with intelligence and sophistication.
What we live
your
in
tastes, your categories. Like,
he sees the big
you live
picture.
a better lifestyle, and you live it with confidence and joy and
You knew how crazy
humility, and
it was,
you want to
and how
spread the
ugly
good
it was gonna
news.
be.
That's what the
It was
gospel
ugly when
is.
Jesus was here,
It's the
and
good
after
news.
and
So
before.
go spell
He knew
new
how crazy
words
this thing
for
was gonna
your
be.
joy
We
and
was in
success.
that meeting
And you
of the
can
Lord and Savior.
save
Somebody
yourself
was
and
lost.
save the world
Perfect.
with that magic
Die for our sins.
teaching, in my
Because
opinion.
once you accept
It's not a
Christ,
fact.
you made
It's
clean.
my opinion.
And accepting Christ is accepting that lifestyle. Like, I'm not going to do what this world wants me to do. I'm not going to do what the devil wants me to do. The devil wants me to be out here and live like everybody else.
When did the Most High say we had to accept Christ? Nobody says that, but you preach it in the New Testament. So I'm not understanding
This
what
is
you're
the
talking about.
gentlemanly way of living life. Not violently or crudely, but with intelligence and
He never
sophistication.
said anything about Christ. This is a New Testament thing. And if Jesus read the Old Testament like he said he did, and he read it to his disciples, he understood he wasn't in the volume of the book.
Real quick question, Carbon. Are you a theist?
With intelligence. This is the gentlemanly way of living life. Not violently
What you mean?
or crudely, but with intelligence and sophistication. Your tastes, your categories, you live a better lifestyle, and you live it with confidence and joy and humility, and you want to spread the good news. That's what the gospel is. It's the good news. So go spell new words for your joy and success. And you can save yourself and save the world with that magic teaching, in my opinion.
Hang on. The only reason I'm asking, Carbon, is not to interrogate your worldview. I just want to know where you're coming from.
Stop listening. Stop and finish.
That's the only reason, sir.
I believe in the Most High only. I don't believe the Most High is Jesus Christ. I don't believe any of that. I don't believe in any of that BS that y'all believe. Like that's not what I do. I believe in the Creator only. And we don't know if he go by God. We don't know what he go by, right? We don't know anything. If a spaceship was to come right now and one of them aliens walk across that sky, you're gonna think that's God. So at the end of the day, stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear all this
I
nonsense.
actually do know what you're saying. Okay. I just want to know where you're coming from now. So I appreciate what you just said.
Hey, but Carbon, also, we can't project. Like, I understand how you feel in your point of view in the world. Everybody don't see the world like that. And you may differ or disagree, but that don't make them wrong.
I just grew out of my Stockholm syndrome and Jesus. And and then when I grew up and became a man, I understood to read the Bible for myself and stop letting people tell me what the Bible says.
Right, and I agree. And hold on. I agree with that.
Because what I told you was that I said, according to that book, there's nothing about no Jesus where the Most High speak about. It's him being his son and us. So why do I need to go through Christ, Jesus, and any of that to get to my Creator?
But hold on, do you believe in any of the Bible?
I just sit there and say at the beginning of the book, in the OT, the same book that Jesus, Tanakh and Torah that Jesus was reading, right? The same book he was reading from a little boy all the way up. He reading the same thing. There's nothing about him in there. When the Most High talks about his sons, he talks about Israel. He talks about David. He names who his sons is, right? He didn't name no Jesus. Jesus come along to the Greeks and the Romans that took over the book, and they want to put in their version of what they want to put in, right? And we all understand this. If you read and you went to school and you understand history, really, y'all just talk about history, right?
I'm asking you. I think you specified
was in prison after defending himself from a 15-time career criminal here in New York City. Now, if you're not familiar with the story of Charles, basically back in 2023,
whatever the book,
time career
Tanakh
criminal.
and Torah where the Most High speaks in, right? Because he don't speak in the New Testament at all.
So I'm asking all the way. Well, I'm asking you.
At some point,
y'all
people look at this Bible and say, maybe we should get rid of all 435
book. He read the Tanakh and Torah, the same book that I'm reading.
Carl, I'm asking you.
They are putting in place
I'm asking you, do you believe
all of
in the Old
these.
Testament
ISIS beyond reform. ISIS totally.
Old Testament at all?
Man, I don't understand why you keep asking me the same question over and over again. I just said I believe in the book that the Most High speaks in, which is Tanakh and Torah. Do you not understand that is the Old Testament? Like we keep going.
Hold on, wait. No, I'm asking because I didn't know.
Hey, listen, young man, because I'm sure you way younger than me. I don't like a person to keep asking me questions over and over again after I answered it 10 times in a row. I don't have to be done.
Point of order, moderator. Point of order, moderator. Moderator. Point of order. He keeps saying, please, no more redundancies. Stop repeating yourself over and over and over.
I like stupid men. You talk really fast. That makes me feel like, oh, I'm talking about Hustler Club. He's no chocolate bars and stuff.
Hey, Ben Shapiro, take it easy, Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro, nobody can follow what you're saying. You're talking too fast, Ben Shapiro. I can't understand what you're saying, Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro's talking too fast. What did you say? You're talking so fast, I can't understand what you're saying.
But my thing, the reason I asked the question was for clarification. Now I got it. But the question
Hello?
was, and that me asking it was, if man,
from LA too. Like, he's like, go up to your house and shit on your lawn. That's amazing.
Shit.
To be honest, I'm not clear on what he means by Tanakh and Torah because
he just said, like he said though. He said the old. He said.
Hang on. Does that include the book of Maccabees, Tobit? I mean, does it Ezra, the book of Enoch? I don't know.
Baby, he likes
I don't know
all.
what he believes in.
He likes them all. He's in the book club.
I don't know that. I don't know if he's Hebrew.
But just ask him.
I don't know.
Ask him.
Well, I did. Do you believe, like Maccabees, do you believe that's part of the Word of God?
Is that canon? Carbon 12? What do you say?
The book of
Yeah, we like
Book of
Enoch.
Enoch.
Yeah, fucking went up to heaven and became Metatron or whatever. It's pretty cool.
But I asked that because, like, if all of the Word of God, you know, is written by man, why trust any of it?
Is that what he said, though? That it's written by man?
But no, he said it was spoken by God, but it had to have been written by man. Any word of God that came from God had to be written by man. But my thing is, if you don't trust man at all, then why trust any of it?
According to the book, that's supposed to be his chosen prophets, right? So he only spoke to his prophets of what he wanted to be wrote. Disciples are not prophets. The Most High never named disciples prophets, so they had no reason to even write a new book. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. I stick to the core to the reading, not what you want to tell me or what you want to keep throwing on me and this and that. I said what I said. I'm not talking to 5 different men either. So I said that from the beginning. It's not a game bang session. So one of you can speak, and if not, when I'm done with you, I'll speak to another one. But I'm not thinking answering everybody's question around like this is some kind of circle.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. Basically, it's you, Carbon 12, in LA, and as far as music, Roy West, and even me, like we could stay out of it.
Yeah, I was just saying, the Old Testament in itself, not even the New Testament. Forget the New Testament for right now. Just specifically the Old, where it starts at in Genesis, from Genesis to Malachi. You know, if that's what people believe, that was also written by man. My question is, if you believe from Genesis to Malachi, it was written by man, you know, do you believe in what man written, what he wrote? You know, why believe any of it if it's written by man? If it's like, man, you believe in something man came and added on to the Old Testament. You believe in something that man came and added to. Man also made the first part too then. Like if man, you know, recited the word of God, my question is your faith in man?
Your faith is in man.
No, man, faith is in the wisdom. Wisdom of God is the faith.
But that's why I'm asking, like the Old Testament was written by man.
No, man, it was divinely inspired. It's got intelligence.
Music, come on, dude.
I'm just saying, guys, gotta do with intelligence. Okay, I heard the warning.
If you want to talk, let him talk. If you and LA Music, y'all can talk to each other. I don't want to keep him having to over talk to me. Like this is like this.
Well, I sent them down.
Well, he's not here.
I just sent them down.
And to introduce a bill to abolition.
Yeah, I was just asking, you know, Old Testament, New Testament, all written by man.
Yeah, well, yeah, but one was wrote through prophets and the other one was wrote through who? Who told them to write? Matter of fact, he said the book about the Daniel. So why do we even have any more books after that?
My thing is, they're all man, and who's to say when prophets stop being, you know?
It's just like if I'm reading from the beginning of a book, and these are 2 different books.
What's up, Daryl?
I'm not gonna read the remix of a book. If this was supposed to be the book that was supposed to be there first, right? If this was the first beginning, then regardless of what we want to think about, this was what's left here first. Then you wait 4,000 years later to write a whole other different book, a whole other rendition of this. 400 years later, to write a whole rendition of a whole other book. Come on, bro. I'm just gonna deal with the first book and be done with it. I don't need a second book for what?
And so I think people need to, kind of do a deep dive back into history and into different cultures and really get a perspective on what slavery was, what it did, and who it affected.
Yeah, but let's kind of go back to the let's walk it back to close to the title of the room. So what y'all think?
Point of order, moderator. Put me in your queue. I'd like to read a 60-second divinely inspired poem.
Does it align with the title?
Absolutely. It's called The World by the Buddha.
Go ahead, music.
Do not follow low practices. Do not live carelessly. Do not hold wrong views. Do not prolong the suffering of the world. Lift yourself up. Be attentive. Act virtuously. One who does good deeds lives happily, both in this life and the life to come. Act righteously. Refuse to do otherwise. One who follows this path lives happily, both in this life and the life to come. Perceive the world as a bubble. Perceive the world as a mirage. If you see the world in this way, you render the Lord of Death powerless. Look at the body as a royal chariot to which the ignorant cling, while the wise let go. Whoever moves from carelessness to vigilance lights up the clown house world like the moon that emerges from a cloud. Whoever overcomes his unwholesome deeds with wholesome actions illuminates the clown house world like the moon emerging from a cloud. There is blindness all around on Clubhouse. Only very few can see.
Music, come on.
Many are like birds trapped in a net. Only few escape and achieve liberation from Clown House. Swans fly in the sky. Those possessed of psychic powers glide through the air. The wise, conquering self, proceed to nirvana.
Is this aligning back to God?
A man who violates even one spiritual law, who is dishonest and telling lies, unconcerned with life hereafter, there is no evil such a one dares not do. Those closed off from generosity do not enter the realm.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
Shakespeare. All right. No, floor is open, y'all.
What's going on? I just got
Hello?
what's going on with people not being on topic.
It was a good flow for a while.
It was.
All right, so
Listen, I was thinking, I said, if I ever need a book reader on this app, I'm surely going to look for music. He's right on.
you put them on Audible. So is God unjust, but which God? Which God is your God? And is he unjust?
Who is your God?
God, I just want to, Deuteronomy 32:4. He is the rock, his works are perfect, and all his ways are just. So I have scripture after scripture to prove that God is not unjust.
Well, that's the scripture claiming, right? But then the scripture details other things that show that.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Moderator, point of order, moderator. I'd like to enact Robert's rules. Moderator, point of order, moderator. Enacting Robert's rules. Do you know what Robert's rules are?
Do I know what Robert's rules are?
Well, there's like I asked Grok for the top 10 extracts of Robert's rules, and there's like a bunch of components that I think can be used on Clubhouse to have more effective usage of your time here.
The gentleman of Chicago still have a minute. Go ahead.
All right, pick a number, Diego, 1 through 10.
Okay, got it.
Pick a number. Tell me your number.
I think you're supposed to guess it. Is that how the game works?
No, I'm going to read to you a chapter from the sayings of the Buddha, but just pick a number or a page.
All right, the gentleman from Chicago has 50 seconds. The number is 9.
Okay, this is the 9th chapter from the sayings of the Buddha, known as the Dhammapada. It is called evil. Do not lose a moment of doing good. Protect your mind from evil. Whoever neglects doing good is inviting addiction to evil. If a man has mistakenly committed an evil deed, let him not repeat it. Let him not be addicted to evil. For it is the amassing of evil that brings misery. On the other hand, if a man does good, let him do it repeatedly. Let him put his heart into it. For the accumulation of good brings blessings. Even an evildoer feels happy before his negative actions reach fruition. However, when the evil ripens, he will have a bountiful harvest of evil results. A good man sees what is unwholesome before his good deeds reach fruition. However, when the good ripens, he will have a bountiful harvest of good results. Don't underestimate evil, saying it can't happen to me. As a pot slowly fills up with water, drop by drop, so does the fool, little by little, become full of evil. Don't underestimate good, saying, it can't happen to me. Water falling drop by drop will fill even a large pot. Likewise, the wise man, accumulating good little by little, becomes goodness itself. One should shun all evil, as a merchant with treasure and a small caravan avoids a dangerous road, or a man loving life shuns poison. If a man has a hand free of wounds, he can take poison in his hand. The poison cannot penetrate the hand that is free of wounds. Likewise, a man is not guilty when he acts with no evil intention. If someone harms an innocent person, one pure and free of guilt, evil results will fall upon the doer, like fine dust thrown against the wind. Some are reborn in a mother's womb. The evildoers are bound to miserable states. The doers of good are reborn to happy states. Those free of any stain go on to perfect peace. There is no place in the clubhouse world, neither the sky, the sea, nor in the mountain crevices, where an evildoer can hide, safe from the consequences of his action. There is no place in Clown House, neither in the sky, the sea, nor in the mountain crevices, where one can escape the inevitability of death.
I was going to just say to remove music.
Is this the kind of energy, Z, that you bring to work?
What energy? What do you want?
I want, like, vivaciousness. I want, like, the energy that makes me want to put a challenge onto you. I want, like, life.
Okay.
And you sound like you're almost dead.
Okay, let me get it together, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, music.
Music!
Let's make music together.
Music! Z, you sound like a dried out tranny.
No, I'm just a man, bro.
You sound like a dried out tranny, like on the railroad tracks or something. Are you like a Picasso piece of artwork, or are you a Dali? Which one is it?
What?
Hello? 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 Listen, the question here is, where do we go now? Now is all there's ever been, all there ever will be. The now is the all. And in the all, in the now, you have to determine where we go now. And so when you really think about it, there's nowhere to really go because you're already here now. You've arrived. So when you've arrived, what do? You have fun. And that's what Diego was trying to say when he said you got no energy. He wants to put a baby in that dried out trans snatch. But your dried out trans snatch ain't got no energy, no vivaciousness. Without vivaciousness, you can't have any fluid. You need fluid and moisture to make a baby. Nobody's gonna want to put a baby in a dried out old tranny. So I'm just saying, if I were to ask you, where are we going now? Where are we going?
You guys are so weird.
Use the pappy.
Music, especially you. I'm gonna have my fun time with you, bitch. Anytime I see you in any room, bitch, it's up and it's stuck.
Use the pappy.
You dirty raggedy bitch.
Yo, use the pappy. Use the pappy.
I have to.
Nigga.
To curse this guy out.
Your mama. Fuck your mama, nigga. Your man.
What the fuck is going on here?
Fuck your pappy, nigga.
Hello? 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 So, point of order, moderator. I'd like to enact Robert's rules. Moderator, point of order, moderator. Moderator, point of order, moderator, point of order, moderator. Mute up, Z. Mute up. I'm about to speak. Mute your mic. Hello? Hello?
No, you're not telling me what to do, bitch. I'm about to add people into this chat.
Hello?
Do I have the permission to do that?
Are you asking me or the moderator?
Of course, the moderator, you dumb bitch.
Did you just call me a dumb bitch?
You are.
Is that projection?
The shoe fits.
Is that projection? Hello?
No, bitch.
Hello?
No, that's ejection, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Hello?
Diego, where do you find this from? Me?
You're Latino. Yeah.
How do you think that?
We can hear the accent.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
Sure.
Sleepy voice covers it up.
Bro, it's not sleepy voice. I just have a raspy voice. It's not. That's just my voice.
I feel like this is Saya.
Hey, Danny. How you doing?
What's up, guys?
Not much. We're just chilling with music. This dumbass.
Hello?
An ultra.
Is that the start of the psyop, John?
Hello?
Yeah, that hello.
Hello?
Like, what's his name?
He's making fun of you always.
Hello?
He's making fun of you.
Hello?
John is making fun of me, and so does Diego, because I'm Jewish.
You're Jewish?
No.
Hello?
Totally I'm not. The Black Hebrew Israelites said I'm definitely not.
You are.
No, you hacked my DNA.
No, you just look like other people I've seen around in the New York area.
You've seen people? You've seen people?
A little bit.
Diego, let me ask you a question. Was Jesus Christ murdered?
100%.
100% Jesus Christ, the Son of God, the King of Kings, was murdered.
a group of people.
By people. And let me ask you this: what was written on the sign that hung above Jesus' body on the cross? What did they put on the sign?
Work will set you free.
Hello? No, that was at the Nazi death camp. Diego, do you know what was written on the sign above Jesus Christ's head? Do you know what they put on the cross?
Yeah.
What?
Inuri.
Inuri?
No.
What did you fucking just say? You miss Nora Bandura? Hello? You don't even know what they put over Jesus Christ's dead body.
I think I failed this test a lot.
Maybe T-Robs can help us. T-Robs is a Christian or a Catholic. What sign did they put over Jesus' dead body that they say in the Bible they put over the body? What did they write on the sign? Hello?
I just said it, dude.
What? You know how to fucking say it in English, you fucking Dago? What is it?
INRI.
I-A and Rand? What?
Okay, here we go.
Can you fucking just say it?
Keep Noodle's name out of your fucking mouth, you dusty, dirty ass motherfucker. She's still suing you, by the way, you dirty.
She's suing me for what? Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Who is not going to sue me?
Diego, you didn't answer my question, Diego. What did they write on the sign?
The inscription is the Latin letter J.
Yeah. Why don't you just tell me the fucking word? I don't need to know the letters, dude. You can tell me the word translated. It's pretty simple. You don't have to read it.
Jesus.
They wrote Jesus? You don't have even read the fucking Bible? It's in the fucking Bible multiple times what they did to the guy. Hello?
Okay.
You don't even know what they fucking wrote.
They wrote Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews.
Yeah, but they wrote it in 3 languages. Not just one language. They wrote it in 3 languages.
Aramaic.
They did. Look it up.
Latin.
Bro, they wrote it in 3. They wrote it in Latin and Greek and Hebrew. And 3 languages. I didn't know that, but that's what they did.
Yes, I didn't know that. I was just like guessing.
Because people didn't speak, they wanted everybody to read it in their language. So the soldiers took it upon themselves to say, you know what? Let's not just write this in Latin. Let's write it so everybody can read it.
There we go.
The more you know.
I went to some really cool churches in Greece that were really old.
Yeah, the Greeks really love their Christianity.
They were really beautiful, like the churches and like structures around it.
Mel Gibson's living in a Greek church right now, eating fresh tomatoes.
That sounds amazing.
I know. He says the European diet is, just incredible. That's because all the food is not contaminated like it is here. We live in a ultra processed, reality. You go to restaurants, you're still just eating the processed grocery store boxed items. It sucks. You got to find real people that do real work to cook real fucking food. I went to Taco Bell yesterday. It was like eating 3D printed food. It was the worst food I've eaten in a long time. I mean, McDonald's, Taco Bell, that shit is just like cardboard food. It's horrible. It's manufactured. It's mass processed.
That's why we need immigration in America, because that's how we get all of this, like, really great food.
In controlled amounts. We don't need 100,000 Somali chefs in fucking Minneapolis. We need like 20 at the most.
Georgian, so they could open Georgian restaurants across the country, because I really want to try Georgian food. There's some lack. Yeah. I like a restaurant.
I never liked street food. I don't like souvlaki.
Yeah. It could be good. I think Greek food is very different over in Greece than it is in America. They reinvent everything, kind of like they say they do with like Chinese food, probably Italian, but you like pork. You would like gyros there because it's just pork. They eat a lot of pork. They don't have a lot of beef over there.
What the fuck, bro? Come on.
Yeah, I got it. Dude, I'm trying, man. Hold on. Jesus, it's just always difficult. Like, you know, I open it up.
You have to kick this other idiot.
Oh. It's the wrong guy that I'm.
Yeah. Well, you're not even picking because you're a Jesus in the audience.
So confused.
John,
I
you
was
cut
like,
to John, bro.
why did he go away?
And I put him in the fucking audience too.
Wait, where did the other person go?
Danny, go back to your husband.
I don't have a husband.
God help you.
Why?
So the point is, yeah, I just don't like. You know what I don't like? Meat with minced vegetables, and they do that in Greek food. It causes me gas. I can't explain it. I don't understand why it occurs.
American Greek food makes me very sick sometimes. What is it?
I don't know what it is. It's just messes with me.
But over there, it's so good. They make French fries with olive oil. You can find some authentic places in America. Fried eggplant, fried zucchini. I'm like allergic to eggplant, but I love Greek eggplant with the cheese and the red sauce. But then I get sick because it's too much.
Tim, as a guy who lives in Northern Ireland, you don't try a lot of international cuisine, right? Like, it's not available to you. It's fish and chips. Am I in the Matrix? My Matrix.
No.
Matrix.
I hear
No,
you.
you're good.
Oh, okay. Everything.
I tried to go on an ICE officer interview. I think I failed.
How
You want me
long
an
did it
ICE
take for
officer?
you to get the interview?
Some guy said he worked for ICE on here, and he asked me a question.
Hey, Pepe, as a pure racist, do you think that ICE is doing enough?
Probably not. I mean, but they also need more officers. I think what Trump does is it's a little. He wants to make like a show of force and go into places where he's like obviously going to be hated. Whereas I think he should just try to do it more stealthily and just get them in larger numbers.
What about the methods? Do you think the methods are aggressive enough?
I don't think they're aggressive at all.
I don't think they're more aggressive, but
Have you ever seen videos of like Russian police or Russian special forces doing, interior operations against gangs or mafia, etc., or criminals of the state? They mask up. They're completely unidentifiable. And yesterday at this Democrat, Marxist, communist, terrorist debate here in Chicago, the main Democrat, his name is Danny Salas. He went up against the head of Border Patrol in the streets, and he's saying we have to have law enforcement held accountable. They have to be identified. They can't do this unidentifiably. It's not the American way of doing law enforcement. And then you have losers, fat pieces of shit, who claim in Afghanistan the Afghanis weren't filming us. The Afghanis weren't filming. It's like, bitch, they didn't even have fucking cell phones. They're living in mud huts. So, I don't understand. There's like one standard. Anyways, we can't let these LGBTQ radical Marxist terrorist Democrats tell us what our standards are for law enforcement. And they're radical because they want to hold tribunals and have mass trials and do mass arrests of all these MAGA supporters. They want to arrest Marco Rubio. They want to arrest Hegseth. They want to arrest Secretary No. They want to arrest Stephen Miller and put them on show trials. Like, these people are dramatic nutbags. All of them. They're all radical Marxist, communist, socialist, Democrat populists. They're radical. I recorded it. It's all over my YouTube. That got a lot of views. And, they say vote for me because I'm black and I'm trans and I'm LGBTQ. And I'll be the first, homosexual African-American trans who's ever had, masturbated and orgasmed with another penis, because that gives me, credibility to the voters that I enjoy orgasming with a same-sex organ. That's a proof or an example of credibility on why you should vote for me, because I enjoy same-sex orgasm. That's what makes me smart enough to be your leader. So vote for me. I am complete.
Jesus. Damn Jews.
I mean, this is what I filmed last night. It's just like incredible. And they think there's infinite money and infinite abundance. It's so delusional. But the funniest thing is when they cry and they say, give me Medicare, Medicaid, it's a human right. They're just saying, print up more money to give to the big Fortune 500 Medicare, Medicaid, medical industrial complex corporate. Like, they're that stupid. They don't even understand what they're arguing against. They are corporate fascists themselves.
Why does Europe have universal health care?
Because they have a central bank to print up the money to feed that fake money supply to the medical industrial complex the same way that we do it.
Canada.
They're all on their own central bank, the Bank of England. Every major confederation has a central bank. The United States is a massive fucking confederation of, our top 25 cities, really. If you look at how much China spends compared to how much we spend in our cities per person for the population, it dwarfs America like 10-1. If you look at the top Chinese cities, they're spending $30 billion a year in those cities. In America, Chicago, we only got a $10 billion budget. They're spending so much money on their population, and they are highly organized. They're not just a bunch of big lip, profane, vulgar, schmucks, or low IQ anti-Semite racists like these fucks, or like Pepe, Diego just said, since you're a pure racist. The Chinese don't think like that. They're smarter than you. So what I'm trying to say is, this.
The Chinese are more racist than me. What the fuck are you talking about? That's why they don't let it be in a bunch of goddamn third worlders, and they're wary about even the fucking white people they let live there for even the fucking time. You goddamn idiot.
It's like a different planet.
Are you projecting? Are you projecting? You called me an idiot. Are you projecting that you're stupid? I didn't insult you. I just quoted what Diego said about you. That's not me talking about you. That's what Diego said. I'm just saying the Chinese don't seem to have any of these problems because they take care.
Let in minorities, for fuck's sake. And what little minorities they do have, they were putting in fucking concentration camps.
Yeah, but
because all their women music.
Well, were the what were they called? The Uyghurs? They've been fully assimilated into the Chinese Borg system.
They haven't, because they're Muslim.
I said women. I said women, not Uyghurs.
So the question here is, where do we go now? Nora has been silenced. We can't listen to that bullshit anymore. We're going to need a new Nora. Danny, do you want the job? Do you want to be the new Nora or the crisis actress of the Ultra Derecha?
Let me ask you a question.
Nora
John.
too much.
John.
Diego,
Someone
Robert,
chimps out, but nobody hears
Robert
it.
Taylor, what is it?
Does the chimping still occur?
In the head, probably. She's probably got like quarks. But the good thing is, because the chimping out is happening in the brain silently, it's probably creating new neurons for her, and she's healing. Silence is a therapy. Silence is therapeutic and healing. Many people on this app need to be silenced in the way that you silenced her. However, she's your bride of Frankenstein. You created this monster, sir. So accept the personal responsibility of your creative efforts, your MK Ultra subject, and just know that she's on Instagram telling me that she's going to sue me. And I just blocked that bitch because I ain't got time for that shit.
What is she suing you for? Hello?
Hello? We just confirmed she's chimping out. There's nothing to sue me for. This dumb bitch has been seen 200 million times screaming she supports fucking terror. Everybody knows her face. I mean,
Yeah, but you don't actually believe that, do you?
Bro, you think I'm unemployable? This bitch is really unemployable in America right now, let me tell you.
I don't know to a lot of people that she was their hero. Not me.
She said what everybody wanted to say but couldn't.
Wait, do you really want me to play the video? You really want to hear her screaming out terroristic death threats, and you mean to tell me that's what everybody wants to say? Are you really that fucking stupid?
Honestly, when I saw that right before I realized it was Nora, because it was on Twitter, what I thought was annoying is the Jew holding the phone, sitting there. Oh yeah, what did you say? Say it on camera. Oh wow, just a little. I'm not even going to say the fucking word. And I could see a woman that clearly was not all there. She was not well. And I thought it was just like fucking stupid and a cheap tactic. So, I mean, if anything, I think that video, well, at least for me, I'll just say that, it was obnoxious. And the fact that Jews would like repost it and be like, oh my God, it just made me think like, wow, so many of these people are shitty.
Well, you know what is shitty is when you run into an elevator shaft and you start screaming death threats and you walked around all day in high heels and you tell the story a million times, and then you come on here and you tell a million times your life story about how you married a guy who got multiple sclerosis or Lou Gehrig's, and then this guy raped me and this guy did this. I mean, I've heard the story. Like, I listened to it patiently because I wanted to make sure that I never had to listen to it again. I wanted to make sure I heard it all so I wouldn't have to hear anything else ever again. Because if I ever had to listen to somebody repeat themselves over and over and over, it would drive me fucking mad. Crazy.
So the fact that like people are even like, I mean, she got sent to a fucking psychiatric hospital for several weeks because of that incident. Like, why? And it's clear as day in that video she wasn't well. Like, to try to use that as like proof of anti-Semitism or to hold her words against her when she was like fucking crazy is just petty and pathetic.
And you're saying like a whole community of people did it.
Yeah.
So what does that say about the community?
Are you part of that community? I think you might be, Diego.
I don't know why everybody always says that.
I mean, it's the same community though, John. You have like that, what is it, Miss Rachel? Like she'll have the cute little Palestinian kid on her show that is like missing a fucking lip. And like, oh my God, she's an anti-Semite. And it's like these people are just disgusting.
But you know what's funny? They know what they're doing too because they've made jokes about it. Like, you know, when they did that show, that episode on Seinfeld, where they called this guy who sells soup the soup Nazi. They know that they laugh at their own overreaction. So it's like a tongue-in-cheek thing. They know what they're doing. They're not oblivious to what it is that they're doing. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, but there's millions and millions of Jews. You guys talk about Jews as if they're
millions and millions.
How do I fix it for them?
You're talking as if it's something that's not specific. It's generalized, and everything you're saying is superficial.
It's not generalized, but if you consider somebody anti-Semitic, for example, because you feel bad for the little kids who are missing fucking limbs and have horrible burns all over their fucking bodies, that's anti-Semitic to point out, like, dude, that's really fucked up. Poor kids. Then I mean. The fact that a community would even call you anti-Semitic or bigoted for pointing that out is disgusting.
Pepe, how do you view abortion in America? Because I could say that if we start talking about abortion, it's anti-Semitic. If we talk about abortion negatively, it's anti-Semitic. I'm just saying, like, where does your argument end and stop? I mean, how do you feel about abortion in America? Because if I know 60,000 children in this country aborted monthly at $1 billion a month, and 50,000 Palestinians died in a conflict with their neighbor, and neighbors have real conflicts, which is the real, and these abortion facilities are killing 60,000 Americans a month at taxpayer dollars. It's not the same. How's it not the same? You're taking a human body and you're destroying it. You're murdering a human body. Is that the same? I don't care how you do it cleanly. If you do it with a bomb or you do it with a scalpel, what's the difference? It's murder. Hello?
Did we make everyone in the whole entire world happy and healthy?
No, because McDonald's exists, Taco Bell exists. People are going to go for the short-term feedback because their long-term outlook sucks. It's just people can subconsciously calculate how long they're going to fucking live. People can subconsciously determine how to spend their money to know when they're going to run out of it and die. The brain is fucking genius. There's a lot in the human brain that you're not aware of that happens subconsciously. I mean, I do a million things, you do a million things a day that you don't even think about, but your brain automatically processes for you at a subconscious level. All the bodily functionality, the fact that you got a bad heart, but it's still ticking, that's because your brain is saying, adjust, exceed. The brain is the most incredible object in the whole fucking universe, because without it, none of this would be possible. Even these fucking cell phones and this stupid conference call, fucking brains built this technology up over many, years. Anyways, I've said enough. Dr. Kevin is here. What's the movie recommendation for the weekend, Kevin?
I just watched Point Break last night. It was pretty good.
Hey, Evan, what was that movie where the guy's holding on to the dick from the window?
What is that? It's the Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, I think. Something like that.
It looks hilarious.
I thought, were you not watching it? I thought it looked like you were filming the TV.
Oh, but I mean, I wasn't like watching. I was like,
I think it's Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Okay.
I just want to say it makes us kind of look insane that some Jews are just like unwilling to bite the bullet that like Zionist organizations absolutely use like calls of anti-Semitism to like deflect from reasonable criticism. Like I don't know. Like this is like so abundantly obvious. It makes us look ridiculous to not just like acknowledge it and say.
Yeah, but Kevin, it's political. Look at India with Modi. The Hindu nationalists are motivated to destroy these Islamic mosques because they feel that they have been subverted and taken over by an infiltration.
Okay, but we're talking about America, and we're just saying like
I was just saying, like, when it comes to, you can point out, like, something about, like, what happened to a Palestinian, and it should not have to deal with being called anti-Semitic, like, especially if it's a goddamn kid. Somebody who has nothing to do with anything, can't make any choices.
But you're so anti-Semitic.
You know, my bad, my brother. I just wanted to reply to this Kevin Sumko motherfucker. It's like, what? Yeah, this Kevin. You look
What
like
is this accent?
you look, Kevin. You look like overweight. You haven't seen your dick in like 50 fucking
What
years.
country
And you're
are you
like, well,
from?
yeah, I want
He's
to
from South Sudan. South Sudan.
Kevin, I'm a proud Zionist. You motherfucker, Kevin, you haven't seen your dick in 50 fucking years. But shut the fuck up with
I can't understand what you're saying. I can't understand what
because
you're
he's
saying.
South Sudanese, he hates Muslims, and so he's basically a Zionist because he hates Muslims.
You call yourself Prince, and you're like 5'8", and you have a short nigga haircut, and you look like a retarded clown. Bro, you are the one, you sent your dick pic to a hoe in fucking New York City. Do you remember when you did that? Kevin, shut the fuck up, you dumb short.
The room has degraded.
Don't even reply. Shut the fuck up 1 second. I'm trying to talk to you. You call yourself Prince? What the fuck are you a prince of? You can absolutely fucking cunt. Shut the fuck up.
This nigga.
Also horror.
You sound like a handicapped, raped monkey. Fuck.
We can't allow Arabs and blacks to control our stages.
Keegan, long live white supremacy, you fuck.
No dead air, though.
I think it's important to note, I'd like to quote Achik when I say there are some awful, horrible, terrible people in this world, and we all know that's true, but let's hope it's not you. If you look in the mirror and you think you're an awful, horrible, terrible person, well, maybe you need to do some, more personal development, read more books, try to get a greater understanding of the bigger concepts in life.
If you shut the fuck up, Keegan, the reason why everybody's funny is Arabs and blacks and everybody else, Keegan, because shut the fuck up, Prince, because you're just...
Prince, what did you do to this guy?
Nothing.
What did you do to him?
Honestly, I'd rather listen to Ashik than listen to music. It's just one of those annoying crackers. No life. Bro, this guy...
Music. What if I think I'm a great person?
Can you please improve your microphone quality? It's quite poor.
No, at the moment, it's very hard. But listen, this guy...
It's Israel. Israel's getting up.
Wait, guys. Music is so retarded. He thought he wanted to manipulate the American political system. He forged signatures for his candidate to Congress, and they caught him. And now he has to go to court like a...
Dumbass, I didn't forge any signatures. There's no trial. There's no court. There's no indictment. It's called political fake news, stupid. Listen, you're a low IQ rat living in Europe. You should be back in your hellhole where you came from. Go back to the pit that you came out of, Prince.
What should I look up, Prince, to find this?
John Kitover, Congress. Look, just put those 3 words in.
That's right. John Kitover is running as a write-in candidate for the 16th district.
This guy is going to be indicted very soon.
Listen, Department of Homeland Security is going to be kicking your door, and the police are already outside your house, you terrorist promoter, you terrorist supporter. I have enough video footage of you to put you away for the rest of your life. You and Nora both support terrorism. You're both heinous, vulgar, profane individuals.
I want you to click all over that big white ass, you motherfucking nigger.
Wow.
Did you find it?
I actually cannot find it yet.
Okay, wait, I'll find it for you.
Fucking nigger. I'm so fucking stupid bitch.
Hold on, guys. Wait, hold on.
That's amazing, Peppy. Where'd you get that?
I found it. Look at here. I'll put it in the chat.
Chicken embryo. Yeah, put it in the chat.
From the hearts of cow. Okay. But
you darky slang, you. That's what Pepe should be playing.
Wait, hold on. You have to scroll. Let me walk you through this. You have to scroll down.
I think more
1 second.
As they...
Okay. Where is it?
If you just type in John Kitover and then you click on news, you can see a fake news article in a website called Illinois with this big, fat, disgusting pig who has a huge herpes sore on his face. And he wrote on there what Darren LaHood's attorney, John Fogerty, this fucking loser who who wears a Bears hat at the trial downtown. He wears a fucking baseball cap in a trial.
Diego, I only need 20 seconds. Mute him up. Okay.
Hello? Oh, here, let me show you a fine Muslim Democrat candidate running here in the Chicagoland area. Another communist, socialist, low IQ moron like you. Here, everybody, watch this. This is what's coming to your neighborhood soon. Radical Democrat, Muslim, Marxist, communist terrorists.
Why are you so scared?
Why am I so scared? I'm not scared. I'm just reporting the truth, the facts. I'm a candidate. I run for Congress. What have you done? You come on here, run your mouth, you fucking terrorist scum. You low IQ piece of shit, LGBTQ Mohammedan. You're a fucking F word. You know that? You are an F word Mohammedan. That's what you are. You're the dumbest trash on the planet. You're the lowest class piece of shit on the planet. That's what you are. You're on here promoting terrorism all day long, you fucking piece of shit. Triggered? I'm here roasting you. I live for this shit. You don't know me by now? I can't believe you're even sitting here. Let me record your piece of shit voice, you piece of shit. Good for you. Good for you. You got some courage. You fucking terrorist supporting piece of shit. I gotta post this to Cash Patel and have you picked up by fucking Interpol, motherfucker.
Will not be a primary challenger as Republican John Kitover was removed from ballot. Kitover was found to have only 266 valid signatures. It was alleged the candidate committed a widespread
Alleged,
fraud,
sir. Alleged.
and the board even voted forward the petitions to the Attorney General and the state attorney. So I guess it's just alleged right now.
Alleged. Alleged. You know what alleged mean? I know English isn't your first, fucking language, you fucking terrorist supporting piece of shit. But alleged means maybe. Maybe. That's what it means. It's like a John Kitover complaint file. It's like, let's open up a complaint file in John Kitover and say, maybe. And guess what, dumb fuck? In Chicago, we got something called the Safety Act. Do you know what the Safety Act is? That's a no cash bail, bitch. That's a no cash bail. Hello? Hello? Yeah, we know, stupid. That's the number they put out. They challenge signatures. They challenge signatures from people that weren't even in the district. Hello?
It's really sad, though. Only 266 people wanted you to run.
It's way more than that, but 266 is still pretty good. 266 people said, yes, John Kitover, we want Darren LaHood out the fucking office. He's a piece of shit. Do you realize that this guy posts his petitions? 2 people like it. Nobody even looks at what the guy posts. Listen, when you go fix a car today, or if you ever run for political office, you will see the attacks. You are damned if you do. You are damned if you don't. You will be attacked, and it will never stop. This is how politics works. And I'm just having fun here, repealing what you guys are saying, giving you the truth from the fucking camel's mouth. You're not saying the truth. Go fix your car. Go fix your fucking car.
John, the truth will set you free.
Yeah, okay, MLK. Thank you, MLK. Yeah, we know. I read what that fat, disgusting piece of shit wrote.
In a primary. You're a write-in candidate. I'm a write-in candidate. Everyone should write in my name.
You've got to file with the election clerk, sir. You can't just be a write-in candidate. You have to have filed with the Federal Election Commission. Let me tell you how this works, Keegan, before you go fix that fucking car for the day. The point is, when you run as a write-in candidate, if you fail to get on the ballot, if you run for Congress with the Federal Election Commission, if you don't get on the ballot, you can write in as a candidate. Any political person can write in as a candidate. I was challenged. My fucking circulators didn't get me the number of signatures I needed. Again, it's pronounced circulator. You can say it with me now because none of you ever run for shit. It's called circulator. A circulator, you pay that circulator who worked for your campaign to go out and get you those motherfucking signatures that you need to get on the motherfucking ballot. But my circulators, some of those dirty dog, white trash piece of shit up in Rockford, those dirty dog motherfuckers, when they were eating their motherfucking potbelly sandwich for lunch, and I paid them $1.50 a signature, I bet you some of those motherfucking circulators decided to rip off John Kitover, candidate for congressman, and they fucked me on my motherfucking petitions. But I, John Kitover, didn't commit any fraud. I hired circulators for my campaign. And if those pieces of shit engaged in some type of felonious activity, well, I hope the Attorney General, I hope the state Attorney General goes after those felonious circulators who went out there in my good name while I'm fighting for them to liberate them from Darren LaHood in the 16th district. Some of those motherfucking circulators could be guilty of something, but that would be incumbent upon the state prosecutor to go after those motherfucking circulators who tried to deceive state authorities. But I would say that many of the signatures that they challenged were simply out of district. Hundreds of signers that they said weren't real were only out of district, but that means they were still real signatures. So take your fucking bullshit little article from the news from Illinois with that fat, disgusting pig in the herpy lip sore and tell Darren LaHood that John Kitover is fighting to liberate the voters, the constituents, and the citizens of the 16th district of Illinois. I rest my case. This is write-in candidate Congressman John Kitover running for the 16th district against Darren LaHood. I have landed my plane, and I am complete. Thank you very little. God bless. Health, wealth, love. Now go get your fucking shine box, Keegan. Go get your motherfucking shine box and get your little car tester and go find out what the light in the fucking dashboard is saying is wrong with the car. Keegan, don't you know I got the volume down and nobody can even hear you over here on my YouTube recordings? Now go get your fucking shine box. Go get your fucking shine box, Keegan. Go get your shine box, Keegan. Go get your shine box, Keegan. Hey, Keegan, go get your fucking shine box.
Go ahead, Prince.
So if it's just that spreadsheet, how the fuck are they going to
Well, they removed him because he did not have enough signatures. So the verified signatures of 266 was well below the 1,000. You have to have 1,000 signatures to be put on the ballot. Listen, John Kitover could not reach 1,000. As he just stated, he had to pay people to go out and find him signatures, which I remember my mother, when I was a child, ran for state representative. And she actually ran a pretty successful campaign and barely lost, not in the primary, but in the, general election. And she had lost when I was a child. But yeah, so it's really interesting. My mother didn't have to pay anyone to find her signatures. She had people who wanted to work as volunteers because they realized that person would be a really good representative for us. John, you had to pay people to find your signatures. That should tell you right there and then that your campaign was going to fail because you have no volunteers who are willing to help you because they didn't see you fit for office. John, what do you have to say to that? Go ahead, Prince.
Keegan, it's not just a basic because he didn't get to 166 votes. That's the number of votes that he got after they filtered through his petition because he did commit fraud. You get it?
No, I understand that, but I'm saying that they can kick him off. John Kitover, again, it says that Kitover was found to only have 266 invalid signatures. It was alleged the candidate committed widespread fraud and most likely tried to get himself to 1,000, it seems like. And they said that these aren't verified. But again, they kicked him off the ballot just for not having 1,000 signatures, and then now them again potentially the state attorney's office is being investigated, and most likely, he will be found with fraud. I bet, but also I don't know. But I also don't know how serious they're actually going to take this matter. They might not take it as serious as we assume.
They do.
I don't know. I don't know.
He either pays a hefty fine, pays a fine, or goes to jail. We're gonna stick it over. We're gonna know that he can fraud to the Supreme Court. They go to jail.
Let me
Okay.
Let me give you gentlemen a harsh dose of reality. You strokers are playing the role of judge, jury, and politician on a conference call app. You fucking losers have never run for office in your life. This is the second time I've run for political office. This is the second time I have run for political office, and I am a write-in candidate for the 16th district. You can Google John Kitover any day of the week, and you can see that I'm a politician, a musician, a magician, and you guys are online critics in an online racist room with low IQ anti-Semites and neo-Nazis, and you guys want to roast me? Gentlemen, welcome to your barbecue party, gentlemen. I have the ribs and the chicken. Let me pass you the coleslaw. Give me a Miller High Life and some orange juice and a little cinnamon on top. I like to call it a beer mosa. Ladies and gentlemen, go to johnforcongress.com. We are still accepting donations. Just yesterday, another patriot in the 16th district sent me $25 more. Thank you, sir. Go to johnforcongress.com. I am complete.
I mean, $10. That's probably have it. Go ahead again.
It's real fucked up for John to be taking $25 from a clearly mentally challenged man.
Yep.
Yes.
Read the
You should send that back so he can buy some grilled cheese sandwiches.
This guy committed election fraud. He's going to jail. Bye, Kitover. It was nice having you for 3 years of this app. No more.
It's an overstatement.
This is the shit, bro. You can.
Well, I just read Prince that state of Illinois takes, or wait, is he in Michigan or Illinois? I assume.
Illinois.
Okay, yeah. The state of Illinois takes this as a misdemeanor, so it's a non-violent misdemeanor, and it's usually punishable with usual fines, and then possibly up to a year in jail. So I guess he potentially could get a year.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, he could potentially get a year. You know what?
Okay, the next thing you schmuckos are going to need to learn about the law is the Safety Act. Some of you don't know what a cashless bail system looks like, where we don't try to burden the penal system. I just got to say, it's really rich that a terrorist promoter and a neo-Nazi low-IQ scumbag are going to come together and attack candidate Congressman John, the write-in candidate for the 16th district, trying to liberate the people from Darren LaHood, the biggest borrower and spender. He just voted on another National Science Administration $30 billion package. The real fiscal conservatives, the real pragmatists, the frugal people who know that we have a financial crisis, $40 trillion in national debt, $100 trillion in unfunded debt liabilities. We can't stop borrowing and spending. But you know what? Because of these Islamic terrorist cocksuckers like Prince that promote terrorism and low IQ neo-Nazi car mechanics whose wife's in Africa getting banged by Tyrone, I just got to say, maybe we do have to spend more money because the brain rot hasn't been solved. The educational problems facing us are real. These fucking rats in this room have never read a fucking book a day of 5 years of using a conference call app. And all I got to say is go to johnforcongress.com and you too can become a Trump and MAGA America First supporter. Go to johnforcongress.com.
Thank you. Number one, you're Israel first. Number two, I don't know what that has to do with anything. You broke the law. You committed fraud. I am the Islamic terrorist, and I've never broken any single American law or European laws.
You just projected that you're an Islamic terrorist, you Islamic terrorist. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody do. I'll have to notify the FBI. I've already got you fully databased in the Yellow Canary coal mine. I've submitted you to APAC, AJC, Canary Mission. You're not allowed to travel the world anymore because you're a known terrorist subject. It's got to suck to know that your digital footprint, Prince, means that you're a terrorist. And Keegan here, the low IQ fucking vehicle emissions tester, who apparently doesn't even work. He's on here arguing with Big Brad the Viking all day long. Anyways, I've said too much. Go to johnforcongress.com to liberate America and to liberate the 16th district from Darren LaHood.
Pepe, please stop. Successful than you will ever be. He built a fucking family, dude. He built a family. He owns his car. He owns his house. He has children. What do you have? 2 failed campaigns and possibly heading to jail. What the fuck are you talking about?
Are you kidding me? I just roasted one of the dumbest terrorists on Clownhouse. I live for this shit. I own my home. I own my car. I got plenty of money. I got beautiful women. I got great cannabis, great Miller High Life and orange juice to enjoy. I got a delicious shawarma meal that a beautiful Muslim cook, a halal restaurant. I'm going to go pick up my lunch pretty soon. It's called Arabic style shawarma. They use a pickle and a little garlic and a little mayo. It is so delicious. I am so thankful for these Palestinians who had to flee Gaza and had to come here to cook chicken for me. I love these people. I say shukran, habibi, afwan, habibi. Oh, habibi, shukran. I love your food. God bless you. Allah mak, habibi. Go to johnforcongress.com.
Thank you. Number 1, you don't put mayo in shawarma. Number 2, nobody fucking...
Hello? Tell that to Jazzy. People like mayo with their fucking shawarma. Hello?
Why are you letting this Arab boy trigger you so much? Why can't you control your emotions?
You're an Arab boy and an Islamic terrorist. An Arab boy. He called himself a boy, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you're an LGBTQ supporter, so maybe you're part of that lifestyle, and that's why you're calling yourself a little boy.
No. From your perspective, but you just have zero control over your emotions. You just keep yapping like a little bitch.
Well, you're the one sitting here listening to it, and you're calling me a little bitch. You're projecting, little bitch. That's called projection, suggestion, hypnosis. Little bitch. Little bitch, little boy. Aw, Prince is walking around some park right now in some foreign country that he's not even supposed to be in. And he's sitting there harassing people saying, "Are you filming me? Are you filming me?" It's probably what you do, Prince. What are you studying? Are you in college? You sit there in the gym with your little weights. You're like 5'3". You're like a little wrestler with some big little muscles, but your brain must be the size of a fucking peanut. The muscles are big on the outside, but the muscle that's important, the brain inside the skull cap, that has yet to fully develop. But don't worry, Prince. You keep coming to Clown House, listening to guys like me. We'll teach you what's up. We'll educate you eventually. We'll give you the teacher you never had, and we'll make that little peanut brain grow into a full-size peanut brain like Keegan's and Pepe's and Dr. Responsible over here, Mr. Fucking T-Rubs, the potato snitch. Keep hanging out with these group of winners, Prince. That brain is going to fill out inside that skull cap. Your IQ is going to go up. Maybe you can learn how to look at a floor plan or draw. Maybe you can do math. Maybe you know how to do math and shit. Use a computer. You know, I don't know what kind of career you're looking to do, but I think Islamic terrorism's probably played out since we're about to wipe it off the face of the fucking earth. Hello?
266 plus nothing else equal to 1,000. What is that? What does that equal?
Hello? 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 Oh, Keegan's a Marine now. Keegan has served in the military. Keegan knows how to salute. He knows how to march like a little toy soldier. Are you in the Nasty Guard, Keegan? Are you a patriot fighting for America? Or are you on Clown House screaming out profanities with the rest of these low IQ dingbats?
Pro-Israel Jews who commit fraud against our great nation. That's what I'll do. And so when I see that happen, you know, I hope, and I'll check up on it. Not like you, John Kitover, who say, I'm going to call the police on people when you never do. Right? Remember, supposedly you said that you were going to sue Brad. You even decided to lie and show us a letter that you sent to a lawyer. You never did. You never sued Brad. You never tried to kill.
He doesn't even have the money to sue anyone.
He doesn't have the money to do anything. He does have the money to send out probably Hispanics, probably illegal immigrants he wants to kick out, and give them, hey, $1 a signature. You got to give me $1 a signature a day, and I'll pay you good money. And then he was like, man, I can't believe these Hispanics lied. And they wrote some random names on this. Aren't you the one who's supposed to verify it before you submit it to the board? Aren't you the ones who are supposed to verify? That's how they're going to get you, John. It's not the workers' fault. It's yours. You're the one who submitted the paperwork, buddy. That's how they're going to get you.
Okay, point of order, moderator, point of order. I just got to tell you that it takes an incredible amount of work to generate 1,600 signatures. And before I throw my circulators under the bus, I want to thank my circulators who got me more than 266 confirmed signatures. And I also want to point out that the Illinois State Board of Election went from saying I only had 90 valid signatures to 266 signatures. So we have FOIA'd the Illinois State Board of Election for their internal email communications, their cell phone texts, and any phone calls related to campaign candidate Congressman John Kitover, who's trying to take down Darren LaHood. And I just want all the people watching this YouTube live stream to know you are listening to a low IQ, neo-Nazi, anti-Semitic piece of shit car mechanic in Nebraska who couldn't fix a fucking tire, couldn't fix a fucking bike. His wife is in Africa getting plowed. He can't fight because he's low IQ, and I am complete.
That's a lot of people, John. That's more than 6 million, in my opinion.
Wait. I have
a Jew lying about the numbers of people? I can't believe it. I've never heard of that before.
Well, listen, actually, Kitover got 6,000 votes. But here, listen. Kitover, since I'm the low IQ idiot, can you explain to me, since you're the one with the developed brain, how the fuck do you lose 2 campaigns and get investigated for the second one? How? How, John? Johnny boy?
And John, how do you have successful campaigns when you're write-in? If you're a write-in, I'm a write-in. Everyone's a write-in at this point. People wrote in Hennessy for the presidency one time. Do you guys remember that? That was a fun little thing that blacks did. I love black people. They wrote in Hennessy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would encourage you to go to the link in the chat, which is my Instagram, John Kitover. You can see my write-in candidacy, which has been filed with the county. If you want to be a write-in candidate like John Kitover, all you have to do is file with the county clerk a write-in candidacy. Now, I want to note that this low IQ, racist piece of shit car mechanic who hasn't fixed a car in years, he's got his little diagnostic tester. Oh, you're going to need a new transmission, sir. How much is that going to cost me, Keegan? Well, it's going to be expensive, sir. It's going to be about $2,800 plus taxes and service and other additional add-ons. And I just want to say that I got a lot of work to do on Clubhouse, so if you're not willing to pay me the right amount of money, I'm not willing to do this super difficult work that I don't actually know how to do, but I claim that I know how to do on Clubhouse. Link is in the chat for a confirmed bona fide politician, John Kitover, who is still running in the 16th district as a write-in candidate. I want to encourage everybody in Boone County to write in John Kitover on the ballot.
Successful your campaign is that I can claim the exact same candidacy.
You can't, unfortunately. The 15th was the cutoff date, and you don't even live in Illinois, so you got to be a resident of the state. Okay, these are the counties that John Kitover is a write-in candidate in. The first is Winnebago County, which is the Rockford seat with 280,000 voters, residents. Next county is Peoria, Illinois. Peoria, I need your write-in candidacy. That's not a ballot punch vote. That's a write-in. You're going to have to use the screen on the digital Smartmatic Dominion voting system, everybody. You're going to have to write in J-O-H-N. That's not a J-O-N without the H. That's a J-O-H-N, Kitover, K-I-T over. It's over if you don't vote for Kitover. It's over if you vote for LaHood. He's robbing you blind. Go to johnforcongress.com. The next county is McLean County. It's the Bloomington seat. That's McLean County. If you live in McLean County, I need your write-in signature. Again, ladies and gentlemen, voters, constituents of the 16th district in McLean County, it's John Kitover, Johnkit over. Stop voting for Darren LaHood. Do not vote for Darren LaHood. He poisoned you with the COVID-19 Zabs. I can't even say it because we got censorship on the J-Tube. I mean the GooTube. I mean the YouTube. Hello?
There is one, but it's because there was a candidate who died 2 weeks before the election, so there was no one else on the ballot, and they wrote that person barely won. But before that, we're going to see. That was in the special in 2020. That was in 2014, a special election in Pennsylvania. That doesn't count. Let's find a regular. General election appeared on the ballot after. Oh, this was during a general. She appeared on the ballot in the general after winning the primary. She won. 2012. Winnie Brinks won the Michigan House nomination via write-in. So in 2012. So over a decade since someone, and that was not even the general election. She got on the ballot for the general election, but out of the primary. So, John, you got a lot of work to do. And that's in case you're not in jail or fined beforehand, because as we both know, you decided to submit fraudulent documents to the board.
Has he confirmed that?
It's alleged. They're looking into it.
No, wait. He did confirm that the circulator.
The circulators
said
that
they verified 90, then they verified 266, but they said that that's the only verification. The 734 others that he submitted, and maybe he submitted more than 1,000.
Again, he probably doesn't even know the circulators, their names, or anything about that, right?
Listen, doctor, lawyer, judge, Tinker Tailor, soldier, spy, all I got to tell you, you neo-Nazi and jihadist fucking Islamic terrorist piece of shit, is that I'm a former U.S. Army intelligence officer and an infantry sergeant. I am trained to deal with the low IQ, low-class trash terrorist promoters and the Nazi white trash of the Midwest. All I got to say is, I want to thank Ultra Derecha for giving me this political moment. I don't mind being roasted. This is not my first Clubhouse roast room. This is not the first John Kitover roast, and it's not going to be the last John Kitover roast. I think there's going to be hundreds of John Kitover roasts because I'm willing to take it all the way. And in a cashless bail society, all I can say is, ladies and gentlemen and the jury, all communication is hypnosis. The fake news, Illinois, that fat pig with that disgusting herpes sore on his lip who put out John Fogerty's little defaming, slanderous, libelous blurb is nothing more than political theater, and it's nothing more than fake news and spam and suggestion. No one here has debated me on my political positions, my economic philosophy. There's just a bunch of haters who I've recorded being losers and low IQ for years roasting me. So at the end of the day, when you guys watch the live stream of this show, and I'll be sure to post it in all the future rooms so you guys can hear yourselves and me roasting you, I just want you to remember, we can still accept your donation for Congress as a write-in candidate. Go to johnforcongress.com. If you want to text the campaign, you can text me directly, 312-498-0517. Let's talk, baby. You know, hello? Put it in the chat. Leave a comment. Hello?
What? So what do you think?
Honestly, he didn't hire anybody. He didn't pay anybody. He did this.
Bro, I got the text messages. I got the onboarding recordings from Clubhouse. It's all over YouTube. In the actual challenge, they listened to me onboarding Craigslist applicants through Clubhouse. They were listening. So I just want to let everybody know, it's all on the record. I am fully transparent. Oh my God, we're going to have to do an exorcism. This boy's got a devil inside his soul. Oh, we're going to have to read some Bible verses. You hear the Satanists coming out of this thing? Listen to this guy screaming. He's possessed by a devil. He's got a daughter? He's got a daughter? Listen, everybody in Tazewell County, in Pekin, in DeKalb and Sycamore, in Grundy and Morris, in Boone and Belvedere, in Ogle and Oregon, in Henry and Cambridge, in Stevenson and Freeport, in Livingston, Pontiac, in Lee, Dixon, and Bureau, Princeton, and Joe Davies and Galena. This is candidate John, the writing candidate for the 16th district, fighting to defeat and unseat Darren LaHood, who poisoned you with the COVID-19 vaccine. Go to johnforcongress.com right now.
On Kitover.com right now. I think he did it. Go with that, yeah.
Listen, Prince, you are nothing but a low IQ terrorist promoting piece of shit. You'll probably be making fucking falafel sandwiches for the rest of your life, and you'll still be on Clubhouse while you're flipping that falafel in the deep fryer, and you're putting that fucking mayo in there like I asked you to. And Keegan, go get your fucking shine box. You're talking to the only pseudo celebrity on Clown House that you fucking know. You're lucky I'm even wasting my time talking to you strokers. I'm a politician, I'm a magician, and a musician. And if you think that this has been funny and you've enjoyed me roasting Ultra Derecha, you can thank the guy I met at the gas station who wouldn't even get out of the fucking car to shake my hand because he's such a fat, lazy piece of shit. That's called projection, you terrorist promoting piece of shit LGBTQ Mohammedan. That's what you are. I bet you can't even bench 200 pounds because you're like 5'2". You're the Jew that you criticize. You're the midget lifting the weights, but you ain't lifted no books yet. So you got this really low IQ brain rot going on. You need to lift more weights. Hey, my friend is here. We read books in the book club. It's almost Shabbos. Maybe we could read a little Menachem Schneerson to these anti-Semites to exorcise the demon that lives in their souls. Oh, this is going to get you good. This is Kahan. This is the story of the Jewish Defense League. Let me give you the bullet points in the back. You're going to want to hear these. Then you're going to know what you're up against. Pass me a little more barbecue sauce, please. I'm enjoying this roast. It's a self-roast, of course. Everyone's invited to the dinner for schmucks. No brain rot schmuck will not be included in this dinner. Okay, listen to this. This is Kahan. And by the way, this is all being live streamed on YouTube. It's also being screen recorded onto YouTube. This is the master press. Number one, the Arabs never have and never will accept a Jewish state of any size. Any seeming differences are those of tactics and not of aims. The goal is the same, the liquidation of Israel. Number two, the Arabs killed Jews and refused to accept a Jewish state in 1967 when Sinai, Gaza, Judea and Samaria, the West Bank, and the Golan Heights were in their hands. Arabs refused to accept an Israel in 1947 when the UN voted the Jews a grotesque joke of a state, tiny, economically unviable, and with 40% Arabs living in it. Arabs killed Jews and refused to accept the notion of a Jewish home in 1936, from 1936 to 39, in 29, and in 1920. Arabs will always keep trying to eliminate Israel and Israelis. Number three, no concessions of any kind will satisfy Arabs, and therefore no concessions of any kind dare be made, not 1 inch. You know what it is. They have a couple more extra inches pushed in, don't you, Prince? Failure to understand this will mean tragedy for Israel. Number 4, the Kissinger, Nixon, Ford Middle East policy is part of the general fraud known as detente, under which American power and survival is weakened because of the need of an egotist to prove his brilliance and a president to win re-election. The present administration will push Israel to the wall, and it is encouraged in this by Israeli concessions and weakness. Mass protest and powerful pressure of Jew and Gentile alike must begin now to demand Kissinger's removal, while making it clear to the president that every ounce of energy will be used to prevent his reelection in 76. And most important, number 5, the present government of Israel is weak, confused, vacillating, and a vassal of Kissinger. It has retreated time after time from the positions that it knows are correct, and it stands on the verge of giving up a huge chunk of Sinai for nothing in return. Those who love Israel but must learn to distinguish between the state and the government. The state is inviolate, but the government is not. Those who love Israel must realize the following points and act on them. A, the concessions made by the government of Israel time after time reveal a dangerous policy of hapless reliance on Kissinger and lack of ability to take the bitter necessary steps of saying not one.
Speaking of which, this is what Nixon had to say about the chosen ones.
It's unfortunate that this has happened to the Jews. It happened in Spain, it's happened in Germany, it's happening, and now it's going to happen in America if these people don't start behaving. Maybe they have a death wish. That's been the problem with Jewish friends for centuries. Well, they've always been through the Bible, at least.
This is Billy Graham talking to him.
God's timepiece, and He has judged them from generation to generation, and yet used them, and they've kept their identity. You see, the Bible makes a distinction, Mr. President, between two groups of Jews. One is called the synagogue of Satan. They fit every time. Then those people in the latter days is called the remnant of God's people, which will be Jewish people. And then there's the synagogue of Satan. And yet all of your religious deceptions in the latter days, what the Bible speaks latter days to be 1,000 years, what they call the synagogue of Satan. In other words, they are energized by a supernatural power called the devil. This is what the Bible teaches. Whether you believe it or don't believe it, this is the biblical teaching. This is what I believe. And I believe that they have a strange brilliance about them. They're smart, and they are energized, in my judgment, by supernatural power. And you see, of course, Hitler didn't. They had a stranglehold on Germany, on the banking of Germany, on everything in Germany, and the media. They had the whole.
And that's Nixon saying, and the media. Yep. This is a good old Nixon.
Thing, you see, and he went about it wrong. But this stranglehold has got to be broken, or this country is going to go down the drain. Yes, sir. Nobody did.
Yep. You got to get rid of the stranglehold. Nixon said it.
But it's a second sign. We might be able to do something. Whether we like it or not, everybody thinks of you as conservative, and then we lean a little bit in that direction toward the sociological thing is the big thing. What's that? You have to, or the whole thing is close to. I don't care how conservative. I'm sure I'm more conservative than you are. At least you told me that one time. I think that's true, but I have to lean a little bit. I go and I keep friends with Mr. Rosenthal at the New York Times and people of that sort. And not all the Jews, but a lot of the Jews are great friends of mine. They swarm around me. They're friendly to me because they know that I'm friendly to Israel. But they don't know how I really feel about what they're doing for this country, and I have no power, no way to handle them. But I would stand up if under proper circumstances.
Yep. Got to get control of the country. Got it. The Jews are causing problems. That's what Nixon thought. Nixon, I can pull up some other quotes about the Jews that former presidents said that are on record saying. Even Franklin D. Roosevelt said he sympathized with Germany and Hitler because of how what the Jews were doing in that country. He thought it was intolerable for anybody. Yeah.
Thank you, Diego, for bringing me back up. I'd like to state that we need to enact the Roberts rules at this point because these anti-Semites are so low IQ and stupid. The point is, Pepe, I have the Jewish complaint department open. I've submitted you in Arizona, in Scottsdale, to the Canary Operation Mission. You're fully doxxed. We know who you are. We know where you live, who you're associated with. And we've submitted this to my nonprofit here in Chicago, registered with Alexei Giannopoulos, the next mayor of Chicago, to defeat anti-Semitism. John Kitover has created the Jewish Complaint Department. We've taken your Nixon recordings, we've taken your N-word usage, and we've submitted it into my nonprofit depository here in Clown House, known as the Jewish Complaint Department. Thank you very little. God bless. I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna have a nice schwitz. I'm gonna get in the sauna and the whirlpool and in the steam room. Oh, it's good. I'm gonna feel so great. I'm gonna have a nice lunch and enjoy my Shabbos and thank Hashem for the blessings He's given me from Shemayim. Ribono Shel Olam. The followers of the Rebbe say that it is extremely useful to say Ribono Shel Olam over and over and over again. Ribono Shel Olam. That's what I told DMX at McDonald's. And he said, "Fuck you, motherfucker." I said, whoa, I'm sorry. Ribono Shel Olam. He said, "What did that mean?" I said, "It means master of the universe." And he said, "All right, motherfucker, let's take that selfie and eat these chicken nuggets. What you get?" I said, "Oh, I got the number 6. I always get the 2 cheeseburgers." He said, "Are you Jewish?" I said, "Ribono Shel Olam. If I was Jewish, could I eat cheeseburgers?" He said, "I guess not. N-word." And I said, "Did you just use the hard R with me?" He said, "That's what's up, N-word." He's like, "You got street cred now, John." I said, "Oh, thanks, DMX." He said, "Have a good night, John. God bless. Hope you get laid tonight." And I said, "You too, DMX." And then he went and performed at the United Center. And it was an incredible experience. He definitely had an aura. DMX had an aura. His necklace was reflective of the light emanating from his blessed soul of memory. DMX, ladies and gentlemen, an American prophet, sage, and mystic. Who let the dogs out?
That's amazing. 4 Arnolds. Diego, I don't know how you do it.
Well, clearly provocative and entertaining content is what people are looking for, and they're willing to pay this piece of shit conference call app money to listen in to these conversations. KP, welcome to the liquor store.
Yeah, I mean, you're full of shit right now. Go ahead.
Are you projecting? Did you have a big dinner after you finished working? Are you full of turds or something?
You said about Pepe calling him a racist. Stop it. That dude's not a racist.
He's not as racist as you.
Say it again.
I'm being facetious. Pepe's just low IQ. He was a boxer. He's got brain rot, brain damage. So he has to refer to like Nixon tapes or something to confirm his bias. But this dumb loser's never been to Israel. He's never had a dinner with a bunch of Jews and spent a weekend at their house and said, "Oh, you know what? These are just nice, normal, innocent people, and I'm a low IQ schmuck who's political and a racist and a neo-Nazi, comes from the trenches of the dark webs where he hung out with all the supremacists, and he loves to talk about his mythology and the racist, rankings of the internet racist world, like Diego, who also has a racist standing in some stupid forum. Because I told these anti-Semite pieces of shit on X, I talked to the runner-up for Anti-Semite of the Year. They said, what's his fucking name? I said, Robert Taylor. They looked you up in some type of forum. You go by the name Goy Smasher or something like that. I was like, holy shit, you found him? And they said, this guy's not runner-up to the year, bitch. There are people out there that take pride in their online racist rankings. That's all I'm trying to say, KP. Welcome back to your liquor store.
Okay, cool.
That's a barbershop.
I've been up with this guy before I knew you. And we had back and forth discussions about race, religion, and other topics.
KP, I get it, my man. I'm just saying, I talked to Pepe for years too. It don't make me cool or nothing. I'm just saying Pepe's like a fucking Kermit the Frog doll filled with stupid fart air. The guy's got nothing intelligent to say. He's a puppet. He just makes a little squeaky noise and he racists out his squeaky sound. He's not intelligent. There's not much brain matter there. As I said, he's a former boxer with TBI damage. Brain rot, real brain rot. You ever listen to this guy, Keegan, too? This guy hasn't fixed a car in 3 years. He's out here talking to everybody all day long like a fucking loser. I don't know what to tell you, my friend, but this is my roast party, and, I'm just saying.
I just fixed a Subaru like an hour ago.
How would you know or say that TBI or Keegan is slow?
Well, we in the liquor store, and I'm just saying I record everything. You can watch my YouTube channel. I'm a known online personality, a politician, a magician, a logician, a magician. I like to have fun and welcome to the soiree. I'm sorry you got a bad attitude. You think I'm making fun of Pepe or something? I'm not making fun of him. I'm roasting him. Welcome to the roast, KP, in the liquor store. Where do we go now? Now in the ultra direction where Noura Shalish Bandura, the ISIS jihadist terrorist promoter who wants to wage war against the world. Where do we go now, gentlemen? Where do we go now?
Because I will tell you, John, Pepe he has my personal number, and Keegan, you don't.
Well, if you want to give me your number, I'll text you all my spam like all the other poor bastards on here have to deal with my spam text. Diego gets my spam. My friend gets my spam. A lot of people get my spam. And the smart ones just block me. So do you want to give me your number so you can block me, sir? Is that what you're saying, sir?
Why don't you goo this faggot?
Yeah, do what Kermit the Frog tells you to do. Let Kermit tell you what to do. Kermit, kick me to the goo, Kermit. Kick this goo to the goo. Kick him. Kick this F word. Kick him to the goo.
What's the point?
So here we have Harry Truman, who's president when Israel was founded. He was quoted saying this: "The Jews, I find, are very, very selfish. They care not how many Estonians, Latvians, Finns, Poles, Yugoslavs, or Greeks get murdered or mistreated, as long as the Jews get special treatment. Neither Hitler nor Stalin has anything on them for cruelty or mistreatment to the underdog." In other words, they were always way more they were always more cruel. And here's what he had to say during the founding of Israel, in his own words, on video.
We had several other people in the country, even among the Jews, the Zionists particularly, who were against anything that was to be done if they couldn't have the whole of Palestine and everything handed to them on a silver plate so they wouldn't have to do anything. It couldn't be done. We had to take it in small doses. You can't move 5 or 6 million people out of a country and fill it up with 5 or 6 million more and expect both sets of them to be pleased. But don't think that decision to recognize Israel is an easy one. I had to make a compromise with the Arabs and divide Palestine. The Jews wanted to chase all the Arabs in the Tigris and Euphrates River and the Arabs going to chase all the Jews into the Red Sea. And what I was trying to do was to find a homeland for the Jews and still be just with the Arabs.
See? Amazing.
And Pepe, what did Richard Nixon say about Jews?
Well, there's more. Well, there's a whole bunch of other videos, but he said that they're spies. He needs to get them out. Says that there's going to be the downfall of the country. Yada yada yada. But we're a Judeo-Christian country, guys. See, I never had a problem with Jews, but the fact is, though, is that they've just been doing too much lately, trying to meddle a little too much. They need to get their big beak out, get their big beak out of America.
You never had a problem, so you might want.
Do you guys see the president of the ADL said that anti-Semitism, all forms of it, should be illegal and should be penalized in jail time?
Yeah, they would love to do that, but that's why they end up getting hated and run out of countries.
But Pepe, do you think it's a problem like they're getting online now, or do you think it's just like their general MO?
I think it's their general MO, but it's like all of a sudden they had this honeymoon period after World War II where it's there wasn't that much anti-Semitism, but now that they've gotten a lot of pushback after October 7th, and that they controlled the media largely, and now it's people get all of their shit online. They feel like we gotta make a bunch of laws and crack down on them, and nope.
Did you guys see Tyler Oliveira? He did a video, a YouTuber, a very, very famous YouTuber, did a video on the 44,000 Hasidic Jews who live in Brooklyn and how over 70% of them live on welfare.
Yeah.
If anyone, it's 44 minutes. Everyone should go watch it. It's as funny and as damning as the Minnesota fraud. You just realize that all these men don't work. They just take money from the government, and it's really.
It's all. I mean, it's just they feel it's almost as if they feel like they are we are all there. All of us in America are there to serve them, for them to guide us, to influence us, and for them to benefit off of all of us. It's just
Can you guys bring John back up so he can go back to reading something intelligent? Because I was enjoying listening to that.
Listening to what?
John was reading something intelligent, and I was listening to it while I was doing work on my computer, and now you guys are just talking about how much you hate the Jews.
We're not talking about how we hate the Jews.
No, but I don't hate
you
the
saw.
Jews.
Hey, my friend, you saw the video as well. You thought it was very funny and it was very informative.
About the Jews getting the welfare?
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah. Refusing to work so they can send the toilet. Those people suck. They look like a droopy dog with the payout. We don't do that. That's very religious people do that. We don't know normal Jews.
But they're the ones who are. But they're the ones having children. The only reason why the Jewish population in America continues to stay pretty stagnant and then even sometimes grow is because of
niggas in the matrix.
Because of Jews.
59, that there's a mitzvah and a command to wipe out from among all the descendants of Esau, descendants of male and female young men.
Hold on a second. You just said to him about talking about Jews, but you just called him a nigga. Ain't that something?
Well, yeah, but that's a term of endearment.
Ain't that something, KP? Ain't that something?
And
that's a term of respect.
Man, are you serious? I know you can't be serious. I know that's just a joke.
I am serious.
I want to see it. Okay. Explain what a nigga is.
There we go.
Tell me from the basis of it. What's a nigga?
It's just a slang term on the word Negro,
which is Spanish for black.
No, black is zero. That's Spanish.
Negro is black.
Negro is zero. Has no meaning. If you want to talk about Niger, it's just a continent in Africa.
Niger is a continent in Africa.
It's a country. A country in Africa. So when you say a nigger,
Let this man go.
what does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, my black friend from the Congo calls American blacks niggers. And I think what he implies by that is that they're lazy and not industrious.
Oh, someone from the Congo that don't know anyone from America that has the same, maybe skin tone, bronze, dark bronze, or whatever you want to say, black.
Like thick molasses, I think is how we would describe it, the color.
Pritzker has $20 billion
Where are
in
you
government
from?
contracts sitting in his blind trust.
So I never
Arrest
heard
and
the term
punish
molasses
for fraud.
ever in my life. Never heard it.
It's the byproduct of the sugar cane.
No, I'm asking you where you're from to hear that term.
Oh, I learned it from the Jews.
From the Jews.
Yeah, there's a movie by a Jew named James L. Brooks called.
So you're just gonna blame every. So you just gonna say Jews? Now you
Jews
make
brought the blacks to America, right? They were responsible for the slave trade.
Oh my goodness! Are you serious?
It is recorded. Louis Farrakhan gave us the book, The Secret Relationship Between the Jews and the Blacks. The great documenting of the slave trade and what happened.
I like to say father here with Farrakhan.
So there was no Indian slave trade. There was no British slave trade. What are we talking about? There's no Russian slave trade. What are you talking about here? To build a goddamn boat.
I mean,
They're just talking about the Atlantic. They're not talking about any other type of slave trade. They're just.
Wouldn't you just say that like the Jews were a little more hip than most? Like they were just, with the times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, if you were a black in Africa and you were being traded as a slave, you'd rather come to America than go to the Middle East,
Exactly.
where they would turn you into a eunuch.
Yeah. So like, if anything, the Jews were like being sympathetic towards the blacks.
If anything, that was the biggest mistake.
Oh, where did that go?
I'm done. I'm just gonna sit back and listen.
Yeah, learn a little bit.
Hello?
So, Moses Levy.
No, he's just being an asshole right now.
No, this is very interesting. Moses Levy, right? Where did he arrive in the Caribbean? He arrived to Little St. James. There's a significance there. There's a connection that brings it all back together. It ties the history of America and creates a marriage between the Jews and the blacks and the pain and suffering in the United States.
I'm saying there's like a little rewriting of history over there.
The first Jewish governor of Louisiana was a nephew of Moses Levy. And these guys believed that Israel should be in Florida.
What's wrong with that?
Where did that be a sign?
They owned all the land that now comprises Disney World and are probably aware of the intricate system of tunnels that exists under there.
And Disney and Walt Disney was a large anti-Semite. What a fun time!
I thought Walt Disney was an anti-Semite.
And Florida was Spaniards. What are you talking about?
No, dude.
Man,
if you read the Bible, right? They're in northern Florida.
Florida was Spaniards.
Go on. The Spaniards did find America, yes. That's a thing. But the reason that the Jews sent Christopher Columbus is because they were looking for the Garden of Eden. I mean, Columbus talks about it, bro.
he signs his signature with Hebrew letters.
And where was Christopher Columbus from?
Well, they say Genoa, but let's be honest. He was probably a Sephardic Jew from Spain.
What country? What country was he from?
Cristoforo Colombo.
My Italian friend here wants to claim him as an Italian.
He is Italian.
Even though his son's name is Diego. Real Italian name for that.
That is an Italian name.
Come on. You've never met an Italian Diego in your life.
I have one in my family.
The only documents that exist of Christopher Columbus are all written in Spanish. There's not one document where he writes in Italian.
I don't know.
So where do we go now, Diego?
Exactly. Where do we go now? Sweet child of mine. Go ahead, KP. Floor is yours.
I am the walrus. Do.
Here's the thing. Nobody was interrupting KP. He just didn't like the answers.
Just sitting back and just listening. Good conversation. And we can learn from each other.
I think he's being a good sport about it. Not gonna lie.
What do you say? What do you say?
I said I think you're being a good sport about it.
No, we can learn from each other because sometimes we can lose things through years. That's it. We can just learn from each other.
So there's a couple of rivers that converge in the Tallahassee area, which perfectly match what's in the book of Genesis. And this goes as far as to say that the local tree, I believe, is called dogwood, which is mentioned in the Bible and is not in the Tigris and Euphrates area. It's not a native plant to that area, but it is to the Tallahassee area. And the Jews knew this, and they were looking to find the Garden of Eden.
What's wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with it, except when you get into their whole apocalyptic theology, right? Like they want Persia to fall because that's when the Messiah returns.
Would like Iran falling now be considered that, or
Exactly. It's like a Hollywood movie, you know what I mean? Like the bad guys are about to win. They're about to open the portal to let in all of Thanos' like minions from the other dimension. And we have to stop him.
It sounds like a pretty good reason, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a goblin invasion. You know?
Yes. Yeah, I watched that Tyler Oliver video this afternoon. It was pretty fucking funny, I'm not gonna lie. The guy looked totally demoralized.
Yo, they were all lying to him about how many people are on the welfare, and then he had to ask from the non-Jews that worked at the supermarket. He's like, how many of these guys pay with the EBT? And he's like, 100%. Oh my God, bro. I bet you in the black neighborhoods, it's not 100% that use EBT. Well, the blacks are the last masculine population of all of America. If you think about it.
I like to think about it.
No, Mexicans are like mentally a lot tougher than the blacks, though.
Yeah, for work, for actually putting in hard
I
work.
think they're also like braver than blacks. They're feisty little fuckers. Mexicans. That's the one thing I'll give them. they're not likely to back down. Like they're braver than white people in a lot of ways.
The thing about the Mexicans versus blacks, you can tell all by the boxing styles, Pepe.
Mm-hmm.
The Mexican is an aggressive boxer, and he has a very hard chin. Hard to TKO.
That's when I talk about my experience with Mexicans, it's largely from boxing, and I would say blacks are some of the most skittish fighters. You have some of them that are very talented, but they tend to be fairly gun shy. In other words, unwilling to let their hands go unless they know they can completely dominate you. Whereas Mexicans tend to not really give a fuck.
They go for broke.
Yeah, so that's just my experience.
Okay. You're saying like the Mayweather type of defensive.
Well, Mayweather did it for I don't think he was gun shy. I think he did it for a whole different reason. He perfected winning by points, where he didn't. He was going to avoid getting hit as he can, which most people could not avoid getting hit like Floyd Mayweather.
Mayweather was a knockout artist until he broke that fucking hand. And then he really perfected that fucking Philly shell. He did it after his dad and did it after his grandfather. They were very good with it. That's it.
Mexicans like to do, I don't know if you confirm this, Pepe, but Mexicans like to do the old body shots. Like those, they like to hit the kidneys and stuff.
They tend to be. So if we look at the Mexican style of fighting, which there's no one style, but they're commonly referred to as like pressure fighters. So it's not. A lot of people will think it looks like brawling, but they don't really. It's actually a very technical form of boxing. But yes, they do try to break down. They do try to break you down, and then, so when you get used to getting hit in the body, especially if it's a part of any kind of combination, you get used to just naturally reacting to protect that part of the body, and then they can end up, feigning the tension and hitting you in the head, or just they can time it differently to where they end up getting you. There's like the Mexican shovel hook, which is it's a very close hook where you kind of almost have your elbow locked to your hip, and then you scoop it under the person's right rib, right to the liver.
They're going straight for solar plexus. That's it.
And then you have, but I would say it's rare that Mexicans have long arms, and that's one of the
that's
problems.
why they fight tight and fight close up to you. Your ass is cooked.
Blacks, whenever you have somebody with a shorter reach, they're always going to try to get inside of the reach of the person with longer arms, because when you do that, the person no longer has the power. You have to be at the end of their punch for it to be powerful. If you're within their arms being fully extended, it's going to be a weak punch, and you have the advantage now of having them at the end of your punch. Whereas blacks are far more likely to have a long reach.
And that's why we fight. And that's why we would box a Mexican with a cobra, so we can dance backwards with your footsteps and then lean forward with a sting. It's rare that we can do an uppercut until we wear you out as a Mexican, because they always tight close and they hold their shit straight close. And it's hard to fight against Hispanic, because we have lengthy arms. It's weird as shit. Yeah. Got my ass whooped a couple times about that one.
No, I have a long reach too. So I was with Mexicans. I was used to them doing that shit. But yeah, definitely that's actually what I'm used to the most is somebody with a shorter reach. So.
Mm-hmm.
And Philly style is one hand next to the face and the other one out, right?
Yeah, but it's like how he
roll their shoulder.
How he uses the Philly shell is kind of it's a variation of it. Now I would do a Philly shell when fighting very up close. Like for example, if it was a Mexican pressure fighter type, I would be in the Philly shell, and my shoulders would be basically touching theirs, and you're kind of giving them your back a little bit, so you can either shove off your shoulder and then throw in an uppercut or something like that. But in boxing, you can't hit someone in the back. So the fact that my back is exposed to them, it's not. You're not allowed to hit in the back of the head either. But like Mexicans, they do like the Mexican shoulder roll, which is fairly. Their arms aren't down, but it's well, they might have their front hand down. Not all boxers in amateur boxing, it's far less common. In professional boxing, it's not too uncommon for somebody to have their lead hand they jab with to be, lowered. So yeah, you can roll the punch. Like that term rolling with the punches, that is a real thing.
What are the other common styles?
Oh,
Boston?
Like Soviet, like I'd say more like Eastern, like Soviet style.
What do you want to go? Orthodox, unorthodox? That's going to be your typical number twos. So what are you talking about? So you right-handed, left-handed. How are you going to do it? You going to go southpaw? I fight unorthodox. I'm right-handed, but I stand in a southpaw stance. I just can't figure this shit out. That's the way I always fought. It's weird as shit, but that's my comfort zone because you know that I'm right-handed, but southpaw will make you, Pepe, you're a boxer. You would think we got to sit here in a match and fight toe-to-toe. We sit here fighting toe-to-toe in a box. And then you get caught real quick with an overhand or an uppercut or a step back to orthodox, straight jab, cobra. You're done.
I mean, I see people who go back and forth between stances. That never screwed with me. The only thing I would say was southpaws. The couple times I got hit really hard and was seeing stars, my legs were wobbly. Was with the southpaw. I just didn't, and I never saw the punch coming. So I couldn't even really tell you how I got hit, and so it's a lot of things that I've never really enjoyed fighting left-handed people.
Yeah. They always difficult. That's why I learned southpaw first. And that's always my stance. Then you had, growing up, Sugar Ray was an athlete. For him to be that frame, to bounce around with that quickness, and he would jump left, right, middle. Like, what the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, he was just a really good boxer.
Yeah. Then you had Muhammad. We were kids watching him fighting in his last glory days. Was still fast as hell. Then you had Foreman, which is that mummy rap. So you have to learn the mummy rap. But then you still have here in Michigan, you still got this fucker here doing the shoulder roll. Nobody knew about this in Michigan. That's Philly. Nobody knew about it. So I still can roll a shoulder, duck chin, roll shoulder. So you get a back punch. That's it. And a boxer, if you're boxing, guess what? You're going to get scored. Nope. That's a -1. Nope, you hit him in the back. You're done. That's how the shoulder roll comes.
You can get away with hitting the back of their shoulder, but in amateur boxing though, so you can expose your back. Like if you're, for example, if my left shoulder is up against his left shoulder, but if you turn around, if you ever look away from your opponent, this is actually one of the biggest reasons people get disqualified in the novice class. In amateur boxing is if you ever turn away from your opponent, you're automatically disqualified because you're never allowed to look away.
And that's why me myself, when I was doing that, I have wide shoulders and long reach. So you automatically gonna hit towards my spine, right under. See, you throw a hook. It's gonna be right under, between the spine and between the shoulder blade. Point automatically, because I can roll through it. So you're done. You're done. You're cooked.
It's nothing more than
This one waiting on what's her name? Clarissa Shields. I want to see her next fight.
the evildoers are bound to win. Some are reborn in a mother's womb. Gun Clubhouse, only very few can see. Many are like birds trapped in a net. Gun Clubhouse, only.
Love.
What do you say, Diego?
Nothing. Just driving.
A surveillance video from this.
The Jewish Defense League political strategy versus Kissinger and Nixon.
Is on the verge of giving up a huge chunk of cyanide for nothing in return. Those who love Israel
Wonder where Tim is.
must
Being sleepy?
distinguish between.
Their answer. You know, hey, what they think about, when it comes to like. So say if someone would ask Monica what they thought, why would you ask her what she thought?
If they have figured out, including your own, by the way, up the ballot, down the ballot, right? So whether it's control of the House, control of the Senate, not just control of the White House, they're installing.
Their answer. You know, hey, what they think about, when it comes to like, so say if someone would ask Monica what they.
You can come up here, John. Close, clear.
Pepe?
Pulling people.
Huh?
It's nothing more than political theater.
I think when they say Mexican style, they mean like Julio Cesar Chavez
No one here has
style.
debated me on my political positions.
He's the most iconic Mexican boxer. Yeah, he was really. It's the pressure fighter, somebody who always goes forward. They first of all, they're going to punish you, and even if you're in. Even if you have your guard up, it takes a fucking wear on you and your arms. And then, of course, when you throw any kind of punches back, they use that as a. Whenever you throw a punch, you always leave yourself vulnerable. Parts of your body vulnerable, and so that it also gives they can end up throwing a counter punch. It's basically he was always like the aggressor.
Triple G fights like that, right?
Yes.
But interestingly, Canelo doesn't.
Nah. Yeah, he's not that aggressive.
I feel like every Canelo fight I've ever seen is fixed.
Really?
Huh? I mean, it just feels like that. But
I mean, he's really good in talent.
What's the best fight you've seen with him?
Probably the ones with Triple G. I think Triple G won the first one.
Man's on the verge of giving up a huge chunk of some.
266 confirmed signatures. And I also want to point out that the Illinois State Board of Election
I like boxing a lot.
had
Watching it.
signatures to 266 signatures. So we have.
I don't like UFC. I think it's gay.
I was just never a fan. I didn't have a problem with it though.
I mean, I like that they say really base things when they win. That's cool. I watched this video on X where they go around asking a bunch of street thug fighters, what's the most useless martial art? And they all say jiu-jitsu, which is basically what UFC is.
They said, what's the most worthless?
If you're talking about like striking, I mean,
That makes sense. I mean, if you go on X right now and watch street fights, you almost never see anybody doing the groundwork, tap out style, like arm locks and stuff. You don't see that shit.
Well, generally, I wouldn't want to be on the ground personally, but
No, neither would I. But I'm just saying, when you see people get in fights in the street, it's not jiu-jitsu that gets used.
I mean, I'd say I do see a fair bit of wrestling. It's kind of funny. I see it like when there's blacks and whites fighting. It's oftentimes I'll see the white person doing throwing somebody and dropping them on their head or something crazy shit. But I personally, I wouldn't. Yeah, I haven't been in a street fight since I was a teenager, but I would be. That would really suck if the person knew how to wrestle, because I don't, and I don't. If they shoot in really quickly, and all I really have is maybe a split second to hit them in the side of their head, or the top of their head doesn't really do much if you punch them there. Because there nothing's gonna wobble, but you'll break your hand. But then I wouldn't want to get picked up and thrown.
Do you have any solution for the whites and their constant victimization of getting essentially
ganged up on by the blacks.
Oh, at that point, you're just kind of fucked if you're gonna get if they're all swinging on you. There's really not much you can do. If you ever get in that situation, you want it, which you want it to like move around. You have that luxury and try to fight one attack at a time. But definitely don't let them sport you.
I feel like that's what I see half of the times in a white black fight.
Shit.
It's like the white will start winning, and then the black friends come in and it's over.
This is the gang's fight in West Side Story. This is what I think about whenever I hear Pepe and you talking about this shit. You should update your screenshot to West Side Story gang fight scene, Pepe. People will love it. Bunch of gay gangbangers dancing in the streets, spinning and with their shirts tucked in. Hey, it's me, Pepe. I'm a street fighter. Let's dance. Could you imagine Pepe giving a lecture as a professor or something, and students would take him seriously because that's how communication works. I'm watching West Side Story right now. It's a great scene. Have you ever seen it when all these gay gangbangers in the street are dancing around, spinning, just nonstop giggling, dancing with each other, men dancing with each other in the streets?
Mexicans are a whole different animal. Number one, they're smart enough to organize and they're mentally tougher. Come on. If you never see sophisticated black gangs, it's never been a thing because they're fucking retards. But Mexicans have cartels. Baited.
Chico, that's Pepe's new clubhouse nickname, Chico. Couple of men wrestling at the park, but they're really dancing, Ooh, he just kicked him in the booty hole. Literally a clean booty hole strike. Oh, they're spinning again. We're watching West Side Story, the gang fight in the street, and Pepe's new nickname is Chico. Was this a Spielberg film?
I don't follow new releases like that. I mean, I definitely want to see the new. I don't know how to say his name. The guy
did Parasite.
Matt Damon, Odyssey.
He came out with a new movie. You know, I've actually never seen a Nolan movie in IMAX, so maybe I will see the Odyssey when that comes out. Like that'd be cool. I hear his movies are really like designed for the theater environment. So, because I'm like honestly not the biggest Nolan fan. Like I feel like his movies are kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I feel like he gets this reputation for like that's kind of undeserved. So I want to see that movie, and then my local like art theater is doing a lot of stuff I'm very much looking forward to over the next few months. They're doing Persona, which I never have seen, so I really need to see more Bergman. They're doing After Hours, which is like maybe my favorite Scorsese. They're doing a bunch of good stuff. They're doing From Beyond, which is a lot of fun. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
No.
Have you seen any like Stuart Gordon films?
I don't think so.
He did Reanimator. You know Reanimator?
Oh, yeah, we've talked about it.
Yeah, he did Reanimator. He also did From Beyond is arguably a better one. But From Beyond, Reanimator, and Dolls, I think are like some of the best like 80s cheeseball like horror comedy movies. So I'd be looking forward to seeing that in theaters. They're also doing screenings of Pelham 1, 2, 3 and a few other.
The original?
Yeah, the original, which I haven't seen. Which it'd be cool to see that.
Oh, hola, Isa. Welcome to Ultra Derecha. Where do we go now, Isa? Your cold is over. You don't have the flu anymore. How are you feeling? I'm so happy you're feeling better. What's new in your world? And when are we going to the World Cup?
I still have the flu.
It's a bad one this year. Like I feel like everybody I know is getting the flu.
It's not the flu. It's the COVID-19 infection. I got tested for the COVID-19 and I positively tested for the COVID-19, and I need another vaccine, I think.
I had fever for 10 days. I haven't been this sick since like COVID, probably.
Well, did you test yourself for the COVID? Because you might not have the flu. You might have the COVID. You need to test for the COVID-19.
We're gonna cool him off.
Okay, please, thank God. Oh my God, he's actually so fucking annoying.
He's one of yours.
I don't claim him at all. He thinks I'm like a bad Jew because I don't like chortle Netanyahu's balls enough. I think that's like my Jewish duty is to just always stand by Netanyahu and the Israeli state regardless of what they're doing, and he thinks I'm a bad Jew because I don't. Just like Trump said only the bad Jews don't support Israel. That's what Trump said, remember?
He's right.
I mean, Trump, if they had super Kike Ballsucker Award of the Year, that would be him.
It would be him. I mean, those are the 4 requirements to become president. You gotta wear the hat, or no, you got. I fucked it up.
Wear the hat, the wall.
He said you gotta be 35. You gotta be born in the United States, and you gotta wear the hat and kiss the wall. Those are the. Pepe, I feel like you're usually pretty reasonable when I'm in rooms with you, and then I tell other people that, and they're like, Pepe, that dude's just a troll. So can you please do more of the trolling in front of me so I don't have this clearly incorrect opinion about you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're kind of seeing me do it a little bit now.
I think that is how he justifies when he says things that he's not sure about.
Testing the waters.
I did. I will go. If somebody accuses anybody of being anti-Semitic, I will start reading the words of presidents and what they had to say about Israel and the Jews. That's just how it's going to be today. You can't say the former presidents didn't say that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, lots of people had a lot of things to say about the Jews over the years. Some of them true, some of them not true.
It's like, I don't get it.
Thing
I
is
think
true.
See, you allow me to call you a filthy little Guatemalan beaner, you filthy spick bitch, and yet you.
Well, yeah, because you're also Hispanic.
It's
No,
not that. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that
All right.
I allow you, but
I'm looking at your profile
I'm
picture.
not
I'm
gonna
looking at
start
your
a
profile
fight with
picture.
you.
Okay.
I mean, like the way that you talk to me, it says more about you than me. So
See, but you don't get on the high horse
maybe
when I
you're
call
Sicilian.
you a dirty spick. But you, when I say something naughty about Jews, you're like,
what? When?
Yeah, because she's paid by them.
That's right. Every Thursday, shekels going to my Swiss account.
What the fuck is going on here?
What the? When did
A
this guy
woman will
become British?
always replace a husband with whoever's paying the bills. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe that's your experience with women, Diego.
Yeah, that's true.
I find usually like when dudes, it reminds me of like the fresh and fit guys. They're like, so I'm in these Miami clubs talking to all these OnlyFans girls, and my impression of women is that they're all stupid whores. And it's like, all right, yeah, that makes sense. That would be your impression. You spend all day talking to fucking stupid whores. Maybe if you go out into leave Miami and talk to like normal women.
if you find like these super materialistic vain women at a Miami nightclub of all fucking places, what kind of like that's almost filtering for the type of women you would want to bitch about.
Yeah.
Like you're not meeting them at like fucking Sunday church or I don't know somewhere.
I feel like there's like an analogy for like I don't know if anyone's ever said this, but like when you're trying to catch certain kinds of fish, you use different bait. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like someone should come up with something. You know,
catch you.
Like when Thomas was saying that he's always complaining about women. He was always complaining about women, and then he was talking about how he bought a Range Rover specifically to pick up women. And it's like, all right, well, what kind of women are you?
I met a whole bunch of sluts. All the women I meet are sluts that I met on Craigslist. I don't know why.
Like what year the Range Rover was?
What up?
So Pepe. It's like so I went to this gay bathhouse, and what do you know? It's all fags in there. Like
exactly.
Hey, Pepe,
It's like when Andrew Tate complains about women being unfaithful, whatever. Of course, he's attracting women that are looking for a lifestyle.
I know. It's like, oh my God, they keep cheating on It's like, oh my God, these women keep cheating, and it's like, yeah, they're high school girls. What do you expect? You know, that's what high school girls do.
Stupid sluts.
Nah, I can't put that on Andrew Tate, man.
You know, have you guys all seen that? Every time I'm in a room and Andrew Tate comes up, I have to say that there is a video of him explicitly saying he fucks 15-year-old girls.
Yeah,
I saw that video.
You're the one sharing with me.
No, it's not. The video was not a joke.
No, it was not you. It was Curtis. Do you guys remember Curtis, the guy with the purple PTR? So he shared with me this documentary of Andrew Tate, where he is actually explicitly talking about his 15-year-old ex that he got.
Well, he was in this video. I have it saved on my phone. He's talking to some podcaster dude wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat, and Andrew Tate says, "Yeah, so I was banging these 15-year-olds," and the podcaster like shoots him a look, and he's like, I mean, 16-year-olds, and the guy gives him another look, and he says, "What's the age of consent in America?" And he's like, in most states it's 18. And Andrew Tate's like, well, I was in Romania.
Yeah, but even actually, yeah.
Doesn't really seem like a joke.
Yeah, in Romania, I don't know if it was 15 and they moved it to 16, or it was 16 and they moved it to 15. The other way around.
But like a Romanian 16 is like a Guatemalan 24. It's not that bad.
What do you mean?
Half of Europe is 16.
No, but Romania.
There are some ones which have weird criteria, like you probably can't be more than 5 years different in age or whatever. But
we have that in a lot of U.S. states too. It's within 4 years.
Seems to be whatever the southeast, whatever. Half of it's 14, the other half is 16. All of the UK, for example, 16.
So like a 30-year-old have sex with a 16-year-old in the UK?
They have like Romeo and Juliet laws, I think they're called here, where it's like you can, like a 20-year-old can potentially be with a 16-year-old, but like if he's 21 and she's 16, then it can be like
it's within
legal.
It's within in a lot of states. It's within 4 years, so it's 16 and 4 years. But then within 4
most of the states are 16, unless you have a position oversee your
like you're a coach or
a
teacher or something like that. Yeah.
Teachers, shit like that. But yeah, it's like 16. It's fucking weird, man.
I mean, do you think that's too? You think that's too old?
But you know,
too young? Too young?
You can marry someone younger with the parents' permission.
Yeah, you gonna talk to my fucking daughter at 16, motherfucker? I would kill you.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, we're on the same page about this. This is weird for adults to want to date 16-year-old minors. That is a weird thing that we should very much stigmatize if it's not illegal.
But that's
I would tell you a case of.
Once you guys implement Sharia law, then it will be 9.
Issa, we just had a case here probably 3 years ago. A young lady, she was 18 and dating a 15-year-old that turned 16 because they were dating at 15 and 18. Her ass going to prison.
Yeah, I don't see it as a bad thing when it's like a 15 and a 17 or a 15 and an 18. Like, I don't think that's terrible. The problem is that opens the door to a 50-year-old, as well.
But here's the thing, though, because they were 2 females, she only got like 5 years. If that would have been a male with a 15-year-old female, your ass is going 25, 30 years. You done.
But I mean, I fucked older women when I was a teenager. Like, the oldest difference was like 42 when I was like 17 or 18.
But it's not that bad looked at, right? When it's like
no, but it's also like it's not traumatizing.
It's still wrong. It's still wrong.
I know it's still wrong, but I don't know why it's not judged so badly.
Because what is it? It didn't cause me any harm. Like it did not traumatize me. It didn't like it was. Sexually active.
Yes, it did.
I was already sexually active. It didn't do anything to me.
That's what you think.
We're all suffering the consequences. Against the individual is just one criteria by which we set laws. So
we are all suffering the consequences of that, Pepper.
Nah, I'm fine.
Well, like you said, it's still wrong, but for a man to be 42 and sleep around with a 15-year-old girl, your ass is cooked. Your ass is going to prison.
Point of order, moderator, point of order. No need to state the fucking obvious. Thank you very little. Listen, this is a daytime family program. I try to film here for my constituents and voters here in the 16th district. I just want to say, go to johnforcongress.com and follow me on X.
Hey, what bothers me about that shit, though, y'all, is that I get what y'all saying, and I totally agree. But it's like, we still big up, like Elvis just got a movie made about him like 2 years ago. Why do we still big that nigga up? He a creep.
No, I mean, I think we judge people a little differently for the times they were.
That was a very romantic movie.
Who said the time?
It definitely was a very, very romantic movie. But I mean, hey, even if
how old was she? She was like 14, right?
Yeah, that shit. She was 14 when they got married. Like 16 when she got pregnant. Like, I mean, those were different times, but still, that's unacceptable to these times now. And if we gonna beat everybody else down about that, we got to keep that same energy for everyone.
Hey, Three, let me ask you a question. You saw the movie, right?
Yeah,
you saw the whole movie?
Yeah. I watched it with my girl. Right. I ain't gonna lie, I fell asleep after like an hour.
That's okay. If you were the colonel, because this happens right in the beginning of the movie, if you were the colonel, you let your daughter go to Elvis's house and she came back with the mascara ranting like that, what would you do?
It wouldn't be no Elvis Presley.
No, but you see what I'm saying? Like, it's basically either let it happen with your blessing, or she's gonna run away on you and you'll never see her again.
Is it really that cut and? I don't think it's that cut and dry though, Diego.
She didn't sleep with him when she went to Memphis. She just visited him.
How we know that though?
That's right.
It's a sticky situation. I ain't gonna lie, Diego. It's a sticky situation for real. But I can't be mad at a dude making jokes about some weird ass shit that I don't think is a good joke. But we used to have those type of jokes back in the day. Niggas used to say provocative shit all the time. We got Dave Chappelle that used to say all types of provocative shit back in the day. Like, I do think that we are a little too sensitive when it comes to shit nowadays. But I don't know. That's all I was saying. Like, I can't be mad at Andrew Tate for making a joke and then be like, okay, that Elvis movie was cool. Nah, you got to keep the same. Damn, is that a mic drop?
I guess the younger the stickier, just to run with your phrase.
So what you say? Why you got so many anonymous people in your room? Who the fuck is watching you, Diego?
So it's his backup thing.
So what? This is backup singer. You said M.
They follow him everywhere he goes. He's been buying a fortune.
Crazy. Yo, that shit's